Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Moonlight Racing League's Monday Night Mayhem Season 5, coming to you live from the Kansas Speedway. Today is the Your Sponsor Goes Here 200 at Kansas Speedway. I'm Mean Gene Bunny. I've got Zach Panzarella in the booth producing and talking, and we're ready to bring you the second race of our 13-week regular season. Zach, there's a lot of boys last week, and they're coming back to race again.
I know. What an awesome sign that is, Mean Gene. Last week with one of the biggest fields we've ever seen, 32-plus drivers, and man, here we are with an even bigger field today. This is incredibly exciting. And an amazing racetrack. You really can't complain here. Kansas Motor Speedway, a place that has so much room for racing, multiple lines, such an intense racetrack. I am so excited, and what a great place to be here for race 2 of this MRL season.
Of course, last week the boys faced off at Charlotte for it was almost a repeat of what happened in season 4, Zach. Colin Bollinger, the season champion from last year, he won the opener at Charlotte, and he repeated, wins again at Charlotte. Behind him, newcomer Jordan Fisher, and then Tony Iverson, one of the final 4 drivers from last week. 7 cautions, 31 cars, 21 finish on the lead lap. This week, Kansas, same distance track, but a much different configuration.
Yeah, it really is. Kansas, such a wide open track. This next gen, kind of a tight race car in terms of the driving experience, but Kansas, one of the places that really provides multiple racing lines to these guys and a lot of room to race. Don't be surprised if we see 3, maybe even 4 wide multiple times here today, and a lot of coming and going throughout this field. It's easy to make passes here, and it's easy to go from the back to the front and vice versa. We always kind of talk about kind of super speedway style racing, and I would not be surprised if we saw a little bit of that today.
Absolutely. And, you know, teams still forming. We're going to see alliances out there. Might even see a little bit of rivalries as the boys are finishing practice, about to roll into qualifying. Funny story, though, if we look at Kansas last year, none of those top guys from the podium are out here. Kenneth Redinger, David Cook, Mason Smalley. And then you look at the guy that led the most laps. That was Buddy Sully. So a lot of different faces. Kansas is ready for a new person to put their stamp right here on that victory lane.
Yeah, with such a different cast of characters out here, you'd think this league was dying or something, but no, it's getting far, far bigger. But and a totally new set of drivers up front, especially, Mean Gene. We saw it already last week, how many new guys we have that are going to be up front, the cream of the crop in this league. So it's only gotten more competitive, even with guys like Buddy Sully, David Cook no longer being with us in this league right now, at least not full time. But man, it's still just as difficult as ever to get a win here. And we can actually take a look at what happened last week based on our points. Only 1 race so far in this season, so here is our points so far.
Yeah, you can see up top, Colin Bollinger, he is your points leader. And a little something we're going to keep an eye on is going to be bonus points and stage points. Only the top 5 drivers were awarded stage points last week with that huge 31 driver field. It looks like it's just going to be tough to get them. Sean Walton finished second in the first stage, ends up being second in points, even though he only had a 4th place finish. I say only 4th. I'd kill for that, Zach. Then you can see Iverson, and behind him, the newcomer of Jordan Fisher. Got to put them reading glasses on. And then after that, you can see a lot of familiar names: Andrew Bolander, David Owens, Dalton Geyer, Joe Volpus, Jay Stinson, and Jonathan K. Sabir. Exciting things to pay attention to, of course, are possible rivalries. Jay Stinson and Jax Duvall had a little bit of fun with each other last week. Can't wait to see if that continues. Fastest car out on track in practice, Justin Parham, Nat Novella, Kevin Kyle. So lots of different faces that could have an opportunity to really shake, rattle, and roll here at Kansas.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is going to be a track where it's kind of open for anybody to take this dub. Kansas still requires so much talent. It's a difficult racetrack, especially in the long run. You can burn your stuff up so easily here and pay for it later. But man, it really is one of those tracks where just about anyone can win, especially if we get a late race caution. You never know what can happen then. But it's going to be hard, no matter where we are, to beat this 53 of Colin Bollinger running that lime green Busch scheme that we know that Tony Iverson loves so much. Matt Novella so far fastest in practice, Mean Gene. Novella not having the race he wanted last week, getting caught up in a few incidents early and being out of the race, I think, a lot sooner than he would have liked. So Matt Novella looking for a better finish today, and that good looking paint scheme has that DDI scheme or logo there on the side. And here's Kevin Kyle, another driver that I believe is joining us full time this season, so that's really exciting, but looking for a better finish than he had last week.
I remember Kevin Kyle. He was part of 2X Racing last year. He, Jack Sanders, Austin, Merrow, Mason, Smalley. Austin and Mason have moved on, but Steve Lewis has come onto that team. They have renamed it the initials of their first names. I can't remember which is which. Here's Michael Mata making a nice 360. He meant to do that.
He did.
Absolutely.
Warming those tires up.
You know what? He's practicing how to get a caution there. Looks like he went to the zero chill driving school. He knows how to make it happen.
Yep, knows how to keep it off the wall, no damage. Nice clean caution.
Yeah, you just come right back onto the track and then stop with 2 tires. There's Kyle Lynott running that 988 scheme, 2-time BRL All-Star champion. Kyle always has a lot of speed. Something, though, starting position going to be important out here today. Wouldn't you say, Zach? I think it's going to be hard to pass. That has been a constant that we've seen all across the board, is it's hard to pass with dirty air, and that creates a lot of focus on restarts. And that's where it's going to get crazy.
I completely agree. And I think, it's going to be, you're going to want to protect your fate here, protect your destiny. And one of the best ways to do that is by qualifying well. But qualifying, getting ready to wrap up here. So let's go ahead and hit our pre-race ceremonies, Mean Gene.
Let's do this.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Boost pumps.
Yes, sir.
Kevin James getting it started.
And we got our qualifying results up right away, Mean Gene, and look who put it on the pole.
Oh, he's got to be excited. Matt Novella had a couple of rough weeks in some other series. Going to get that pole out there. Congratulations to the number 56 front row next to him. Going to be Tony Iverson. Last week's third place, not good enough for the number 13 driver, ready to improve. Justin Parham, fastest in practice, going to start third. Joe Volpis, going to start fourth. Led laps at Kansas last year, ready to capitalize on the lack of the podium finishers. Jordan Fisher, newcomer, last week's third place, going to improve. Going to be fifth here starting today. Kyle Lynott going to start in the sixth position. Alex Hillman going to be rolling out that 08 DDI car in the eighth position. Colin Bollinger going to start ninth. That's a fella to watch. Always fast, defending champion and winner last week at Charlotte. And Steve Lewis, the new teammate of Jack Colonel Sanders and Kevin Kyle. Steve Lewis going to start in the 10th position.
Great qualifying effort there by Steve Lewis getting the top 10. Blair Saunders as well. He'll be in 11th place. Kevin Brower, 12th. Ricky Mandela Sr. will be in 13th. Tyler Clunin, 14th. John Bev in 15th. Kevin Kyle, 16th place. Nick Mazza will start 17th. Jose Medina will start in 18th place in this race. Jack Staval, 19th. Lucas Alves, 20th. 21st, Michael Mata. 22nd, Jack Sanders. Rest of the field belonging to Mike Benton, Dalton Geyer, Jay Stinson, David Owens. Uncharacteristically, actually does not put it on qualifying effort, as well as Bolander, Fritz, Case of Beer, Sean Walton, Robert Babcock, Chris Lewis, Brandon Guerin, and riding out of 34 car field today is Hunter Hall. Let's do this damn thing, Mean Gene.
Lots of big names out there in the back of the field. Let's see how they cut through traffic. Rolling into the restart zone. Matt Novella on the inside is your control car. The flag man waves and away we go. We're live here at Kansas. Matt Novella going to lead him across the start-finish line. Tony Iverson on the outside. Parham, Iverson side by side. Volperficius. It's Novella up front, side by side, 10 deep behind them as he's going to roll it through turn 3. Novella's going to bring it up high. Look at the speed of Iverson trying to get by the 13 of Iverson is side by side with Parham side drafting. That's going to let Matt Novella carry momentum on that apron, looking for that preferred line. Lap number 1 led by Matt Novella.
Great job by Novella to hold the lead there on the initial restart. And here we go at Kansas. And like we said, 2 wide, 3 wide, all types of lines being used here. And already in the wall is the 11 of Volpis. Not too bad of a hit, but that's going to cost him all types of momentum and likely quite a few positions as he goes to try to pick up the draft from the 5 of Finley there. And all just like that, Volpis going to look to the inside, try to get familiar with that line. And here we go, Mean Gene. Already all types of racing throughout this 34 car field. And oh, we got a problem.
Novella, no contact, keeps it on the straight and narrow. No flag out yet because he's not on the main surface.
Wow, our leader with an incident. We'll take a look at what went wrong.
Right here. Go slow, go slow. You know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know what to do. We're going to stay green. Tony Iverson going to take over as your leader up front. He's got an 8-car length over Justin Parham, almost half a second. Fisher, Finley, Volpis, and Lynott behind them. Let's see what happened there.
Here we go. Matt Novella going into 3. Tony Iverson right by him. And Novella just gets loose on entry. Down the apron, Tony Iverson finishes off the job. But really not much Tony Iverson could do about that. He hit him square. A few other cars get involved in that. I think the Mazda... was that Mazda? Yeah, Mazda got involved as well. Significant damage for Mazda. So not just Novella getting the worst of that one, Mean Gene.
Yeah, a little bit of side draft and going up there. Looked like the 907 of Fisher also might have gotten a little bit loose up there with the car that I could not determine. Tony Iverson, though, gonna be your leader with Parham giving chase. Then there's a gap behind them, side-by-side racing. Lynott down on the inside, trying to battle with Fisher behind them. Bollinger, Volpis, Hillman, Saunders, Mandela. That's your top 5. We're here on lap number 5 of your company's name goes here 200 live at Kansas Speedway.
We'll just name a different company every time. Oh, into the wall goes Finley. Nice save. I'm seeing a lot of cars get tight on out of 4, Mean Gene, and hit that outside wall. Nothing too significant yet, but this is only lap 6. So really,
it is that dirty air, man.
Yeah, you're right.
You are
right. It is so much worse now than it was last season too.
Yeah, I did it at Richmond. I was running 13th in the next-gen car. Guy cut in front of me. Nothing out of the unusual, and it threw off my line, went into the wall from 13th to 24th to 6th to 4 laps down. Oh yeah, dirty air. You can't pass. So it's going to put a premium on restarts and drivers having to get aggressive. That's what we're going to see as this season continues. The question is, with fields this big, will they be able to keep it from going to cautions? Great racing right there, side by side. Mandela and Hillman battling for 8th and 9th. Behind them, you can see the 900 of the 98 of Saunders getting into the mix as well. Saunders, one of those new members, TI Racing. Lots of speed from those guys in week 1. Can't wait to see as they continue to progress. And then Kevin Kyle running that sweet Harvick scheme on the outside, but it says Woodscapes.
Oh, we just know that's a badass paint scheme right there, Kevin Kyle.
That is slick.
I like that. And Kevin Kyle up 5 positions from the start of the race, and almost making the same mistake as Novella did. That created Novella's incident there, getting a little bit too low on entry. And then behind him is Michael Mata. Mata is up 9 positions from the start of this race. So a lot of these guys, like we predicted, making some forward momentum up front. I saw some. Look at this. You got Vulpes, the 53 of Bollinger, and Finley battling it out hard. And up front, Tony Iverson has checked out with a 1.2 second lead, so looking good for Iverson early. Also wanted to touch on, not just because he has, contractually obligated amount of screen time with that paint scheme, but Alex Hillman missing race 1, but making his season debut here at Kansas. Excited to see what Hillman can do this year in the MRL.
Oh, Alex Hillman's just a guy that seems to get faster and faster every year. That DDI program just developing drivers, and we're seeing the results of it right here. Hillman, first start of the season, running in 9th. So that's another guy we're going to be able to keep an eye on as the season, going to be battling for playoff positions. About to wrap up lap number 10. Tony Iverson has to be thrilled. Behind him, Parham starting to fade, and you can see Fisher and Lynott side by side starting to close the gap on them. Back behind there, you can see Vulpes doing battle with the number 5 as we're about to complete lap number 11. Ladies and gentlemen, lap number 12, we will go silent in honor of Dennis Puckett, the founder of Bonfire Race League, who we lost earlier this year. Dennis Puckett, my friend, we miss you. You are remembered, and we hope we are making you proud. This lap for Dennis. You know, Dennis has got to be smiling down upon us here today, looking at the amount of racers. This is the sister league, the Moonlight Racing League, but both series so intertwined with sharing of admins, broadcasters, and drivers. So all of us feeling the heavy heart of losing Puckett earlier this year. Meanwhile, up front, Iverson, that last lap, 30.96, almost a 1/10 of a second slower than Fisher and Lynott. So that gap slowly closing, but Fisher and Lynott are going to need to get by Justin Parham. Parham with a lot going on this year, teammate of Jay Stinson. Stinson also trying to move up the boards, up 10 spots back in the 15th place. Two guys, close friends, going to expect to see a lot out of Parham this year.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Parham, one of those guys that we've talked a lot about how that six-pack off-season tournament really helped out a lot of drivers. Really seemed like it helped Sean Walton take that next step. What it was for Justin Parham, in my opinion, is that the Friday night MRL, ARCA series, that's also covered on this network. Or actually, is that that's on the MRL broadcast network? I apologize, but still go watch that. Justin Parham is just lights out fast in an ARCA car, and he is so often up front, putting down ridiculous lap times that are so discouraging for someone like me. Caution's out, Mean Gene. But Parham he's seeming to put together in all of the other race cars lately. It looks like Clunan and Dalton Geyer may have had an issue. Let's take a look at this here. There's Geyer in the 36, Clunan in the 48, I believe. Geyer coming up. Loose goes the 36 of Geyer into Clunan.
Oh.
And the
Gonna collect
911.
Dalton.
The 911.
Oh, and another car. Oh, down on the bottom. That looked bad.
Jeez. And that was Fritz in the 48 initially. Clune in the 911.
Yeah.
We're still learning these numbers. Oh. Looks like it wasn't over yet. So we're gonna let's take another look at this.
That was a lot of pain.
Yeah, it was. We'll keep our eye on Dalton Geyer through this one. Sorry, Dalton.
All right, so that's 115 of Lucas Alves. Looks like he's gonna barely escape.
Oh, so Dalton, and he goes back around.
And this is where it gets bad.
Oh.
Bev up into the wall. The 48's the Fritz gonna make contact. Look at the 48 just spinning. Remember, no fast repairs this season, ladies and gentlemen. So all contact can be detrimental. Oh, and then look, just for no reason,
Matt
that looks like Novella.
As if Panzarella has not lost enough money yet.
Let's go back and look at Novella's in-car.
Don't you worry.
Or at least rear cam. I got to see what happened there.
Yeah, let's do in-car. It'll be fun.
Oh, that's the 69 taking a beat.
What? All right, so he's like, surely the wreck is cleared by now. It's been about an hour.
All right. Let's look at that throttle.
Okay.
Oh, you missed it. It's going to be fun. Oh, no.
Maybe that car is still having some damage from the first wreck, too.
Absolutely.
And not driving properly, and just that little correction he had to make was enough. Oh, brutal, Mean Gene.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious. I'm looking at my telemetry right now. Can you see where David Owens, Sean Walton, and Chris Lewis are on the board? I'm not seeing them.
Third last cars. They are 32nd, 33rd, and 34th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
that is correct.
That is interesting.
For whatever reason, it's just not wanting to pick that up for me.
Huh. Well,
I see them. Like they're on the board, but I don't have any telemetry.
Well, in better news, I got us some sexier camera angles just now.
Oh, I love it.
Because those are bothering me. Let's see if I can find them on track. Oh, wait. I think they started and parked. Mean Gene. They're not on track.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't see Owens, Lewis, or Sean Walton.
Yeah. How many laps down are they?
Doesn't even show. I don't think they started one lap.
There we go. Wow. Interesting set of drivers not to start the race.
Yeah, well, you know, people have stuff going on. Okay, the caution has been called off as we cleared it.
Because we were behind. I think they were probably listening to us in the booth thinking, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, they're not looking. All right, so let's look up front as a few guys did decide to come down. Meanwhile, guys that didn't choose to pit. Jax Duvall is going to be shown as your new leader. He's choose the outside lane. Kevin Kyle in the 29, going to be on the front row with them. Robert Babcock, winner of the Thursday Thriller Series. He's in third. Steve Lewis, the captain, going to start in fourth in the 88. Behind him, Jordan Fisher. Jordan Fisher did choose to take tires there. I'm sorry, did pit on lap 16, but looks like he took right side onlys. Kyle Lynott came in to pit as well. Looks like he took right side onlys. Jonathan Quesabir stays out to move up 22 positions into the 7th place spot. Joe Volpus, he pitted right sides. Tony Iverson right sides. Blair Saunders, lots of right sides till you get down to the 14th position. Justin Parham taking 4. Other than that, lots of people going with the 2 tires out here today. Are you surprised by that?
Not at this point in the race. I think this is the time to figure it out. And with this new, like we talked about, how important air is now. I mean, we saw Bollinger put down his fastest lap of the race on 2 tires late in the race last week. So I think now would be the time to experiment to find out if that's worth doing. But we'll have to pay attention to those guys because we have a very mixed bag here. So it's going to be a big learning experience for a lot of drivers here in this field because it's also kind of early, Mean Gene. 17 laps of green flag racing, maybe even less than that actually. So pretty early. These guys probably don't have too much wear as we get ready to go green here.
Jax Duvall on the outside. He's in the 85th Goldfish. He's going to be our control car. And the green flag, and away we go. What a start. Inside lane doesn't go. The inside lane doesn't go. Look at the confusion. They're 4 wide, and there it is. They're wrecking. They're wrecking 4 wide. It couldn't handle it. It was just too big, Zach.
Oh, this is huge. This is huge. Tony Iverson's in this. Colin Bollinger is in this.
It was too big. You could just see it swelling up, and it didn't fit. There's no way you could fit that much in there.
I mean, we know Kevin Kyle's a pole man, so that's not surprising.
Wow, it was so unfortunate that the inside lane just didn't go. He either spun the tires, missed a gear. We talked about them not taking freshies up front, and that's exactly what happened. Let's take a look on that outside lane, and it's going to affect them all the way back. I'm sorry, the inside lane.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it's an equipment failure, but this 29 doesn't go at all.
Go. And look at the inside back up. You can see the green car of Bollinger. It's 4 wide. They're trying to make it work. No room.
Iverson.
Kevin Kyle trying to hold this line.
Iverson.
And down it comes.
Wow. And who was that they went down into there? Trying to.
That was a green car.
Well, that's Bollinger there.
When I see a green car.
That's case of beer. And look at this.
Yeah, the 7 green.
Oh, big hit for Iverson by the 24. I believe that's Sanders, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's Bolander.
Yeah.
That's Bolander.
Yeah, Andrew.
So it makes our job easier. Wow, the 01 of Beverly's going to sneak through. Kevin Kyle. Or that's not Kevin Kyle. Kevin Kyle actually going to look at that and do his best circle. Did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, I think he knows what happened there as far as that restart goes, but trying to make your way 4 wide, almost 5 wide there for a moment. Lots of chaos here on this lap 21 restart.
Oh, yeah. We'll take another look at it. This will be from Tony Iverson, or the camera focus on Iverson. Absolutely. Just, you got to go if you're the 13. Hard to tell who comes down there. But boy, oh boy. Big hits all around. Case of beer with a big hit.
Wrecked that set of tires, that's for sure. You know, that was something I talked about it a minute ago, was the restarts. Drivers have to be aggressive on the restart because that might be your real only chance to get by somebody with all that dirty air creating barriers, making it so difficult to make a pass. Here we are, we get on that restart. Boys are going for it, and then somebody slips a gear, spins the tires. You're suddenly 4 wide, and there just wasn't enough room here for Kansas to contain that excitement. Gonna pick up our second number caution there on lap number 21. Up front now, looks like Robert Babcock is gonna take over the lead, choosing to stay out there on older tires. Steve Lewis down in the 4th position, also choosing to stay out on older tires. Everybody else has come in for a little bitty set of have a good ones.
Yeah, at least 2 of them. At least 2 of them from just about everybody. And yeah, I think maybe that Kevin Kyle restart striking some fear in these guys. And let's take a look.
Yeah, Duval came right in. Look at that. He was the leader. He said, nope, tires.
Don't want any of that smoke. And let's take a look at the damage situation for a few of these drivers. Looks like Kevin Kyle back on track. That car is looking okay. Novella is somehow still on track. That car is somehow looking okay. Tony Iverson, there he is. He looks okay. So overall, maybe some bullets dodged here. There's Bollinger. So everyone's still out here. I thought that was going to take out a few drivers, Mean Gene, but I guess not.
Yeah, it looks like a few, but I'm showing, looks like Rick Mandela and Michael Benton both have disconnected.
Yep. It looks like Dalton Geyer, I believe, has called it as well. Fritz, too. So, yeah, there is some attrition.
Just have to keep an eye on how it goes. Well, it looks like they're still in the pits. And away we go. It's going to be Babcock on the inside. Winner from Thursday night's truck race. Would love to get 2 in 1 week. Babcock going to take it up high, get that great entrance in to turn number 1. You can see Fisher behind him looking for his first win in just his second race here in the Monday Mayhem Series. Kyle Lynott, Joe Vulpes, Blair Saunders, Steve Lewis, Jose Medina, Justin Parham, veterans and newcomers all mixed up. 3 wide. There's a tap. Hillman made a little contact. Everybody's going to keep rolling. Now Duval makes contact. Sends a car down spinning.
Iverson
it's
again.
Iverson again. Oh, that's another 1 point off. That's 1 point off for being in the grass. I know that penalty.
As Finley was in that one early as well. That wreck took about, what, half a lap?
Yeah, I tell you what, we're gonna need the boys to settle down because the music soundtrack is hard rock at the moment.
It is.
We want to calm it down to maybe some Eagles, peaceful, easy feeling right now. Let's keep an eye. Look at here. See that 31 on the inside. 5 is trying to slow down. Slower cars in front of him. They gap up. He's going to make some light contact. And here comes Duval. He knows what to do. Right into the back of the 5. Going to cause him to spin. And then Duval just takes it up high. He says, oh, my work here is done. Bringing the 5 down. There's Iverson. Says, not again.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, sir. It was
and Bollinger.
You again.
It's Bollinger who gets in Iverson. As if it could be anybody else. Because Sean Walton's not here, so it has to be Bollinger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
What a spin, and you can't park it there, my friend. So, caution here on lap number 25 as they're going to try to get a reset. No fast repair, so this thing is going to slowly cause attrition on these drivers. Now, remember, we do have a stage point award that'll happen at the end of lap 68 here today. Wow. No caution on lap 68, though. The boys will continue to run wide open, and the top 5 drivers will be awarded at that point. No fast repairs either, so this is going to tell us what's happening. 12 guys stayed out on the track. Everybody else came down for a little bit of repair, fuel, or maybe just a hug from their crew chief.
Yeah, or just a deep breath and just be like, I don't want to be up there. I want more time to react to these inevitable wrecks. Because that one did not take long, and oh god, the racing was a little bit messy. Actually, yeah, I was wrong. It looks like Dalton Geyer. I believe that's who that is. Maybe back on track. Yeah, that is Geyer. Getting a lap back here. So we'll see how many down Geyer is, but that's good for the 36 right there. And that Chevy looks relatively healthy. So we'll see what that 36 is able to do. Babcock going to stay out, like you said. Why not, honestly?
Well, especially if he's going to keep getting these things, just try to get as close as you can to that stage break. Hopefully, from his perspective, there wouldn't be a long green flag run that would cost him. Jordan Fisher, he did take 2 tires on lap 16. So he's only on a 9-lap-old tires, 2 cautions in between to keep him cool. Kyle Lynott, Joe Vulpes, that's going to be your second row. Blair Saunders, that is Jordan Fisher's teammate, newcomer in that number 900 Chevrolet. Jose Medina, that's your third row. Hillman Mata, Stinson now up 16 spots. And how about Hunter Hall up 23 spots into the 10th position. So seeing it start to move around, ebb and flow, but the big hitters, they're still out there. Novella 11, Bollinger 12th, Iverson 13th. So if those cars are still clean, Zach, we're going to see them make a charge through here.
Yeah, it clearly is a Kyle Busch situation, like what he said. When you run with the squirrels, you're bound to catch a nut. And I don't think any driver in this league is a squirrel per se, but man, it is a bunch of squirrels right there, about 10th place on back, and not to mention the different tire strategies back there. So that's the problem with a guy like Iverson or Bollinger right there. They just can't seem to get that track position that they so desperately need back, and it's been nearly impossible so far. We'll see what this run's like. We really even haven't had a run longer than about 15 laps yet, me and Gene, so still so much left to play for here.
Even tell what the preferred line is here at Kansas. I know it has a reputation for that high line opening up, but with that dirty air, it seems like if you can get down on that apron, save some tire, and then wash dirty air across your opponents, it might pay off. Let's keep an eye on Babcock on the outside. He's in the black and red target, number 2 Toyota. And away we go. Babcock's going to lead Fisher. Behind them, you can see Vulpes and Lynott side by side. Almost touched Lynott. Now finally giving Vulpes a little bit of room. Vulpes going to take it up high, looking for momentum. Behind them, side by side, 7 cars deep as you go back through the field looking at this racing. And there's Babcock.
That's Babcock.
Losing it with new tires, but he's back on. The Rooster will not be denied. slowly merging back on, trying not to pick up. You know what? If I see a guy merging, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ride the apron just like that fella. That was exciting.
That was a crazy one there from Babcock. Yeah, no harm, no foul besides all that track position. Babcock from the lead to just about the last car in the lead lap there. But at least the car is not destroyed, but that's going to hand over the lead to Jordan Fisher. Jordan Fisher has been fast all day today, just hasn't gotten that clean air yet, so let's see what he can do with that. Behind him, Kyle Lynott. He has been doing a great job staying up front today, so we'll see if he's going to be able to make that pass for the lead. And Volpes, we saw him in the wall early in this race, and he was kind of bleeding spots a little bit, but he's been able to pit, get some fresh tires on it, and Volpes charging to second place right now.
2 tire changers back on lap 16. So these guys got 2 sets of new ones, 2 old ones, all on equal tires. Babcock's fell all the way back to the 23rd position. Might be regretting not taking tires after that incident. Top 4 drivers has 2 new guys from TI Racing. That's Fisher in the lead, and then Saunders in that 900 running 4. So new boys really blowing their whistles.
Synchronized wall hits by about 4 cars. Lynott being the first, and I think the hardest. Lynott really whopping the wall right there, and on entry as well. The 988 trying to make those tires work, but clearly getting tight on exit, especially on that high line. We just speculated about the high line potentially being the fast way around here, but it seems really tough on exit right now. And the car I have my eye on is that 11 of Volpes. He is putting down some hot laps, starting to reel in Fisher. May have to lead this race sooner rather than later. And check out Alex Tillman as well, up in the top 5 comfortably.
Volpes not close enough to be receiving the dirty air of Fisher. He's got a little bit of space to start to close that gap. Meanwhile, behind the 11, you can see Saunders in that 900 running third, and he is getting all the dirty air that the number 11 Ford can put on him. Behind that, as you said, Hillman moved up. Lynott, Tony Iverson already back into 5th and 6th, trying to make his way around. You can see him hugging that apron there, trying to gain the positions that he lost earlier. Hunter Hall, Colin Bollinger back into 9th, and Jose Medina with a good run got that 54 Toyota up into the 10th spot.
Yeah, Iverson somehow all the way back up to 5th already. Don't know how he's getting this track position so quickly. Unbelievably impressive by the 13 car. Iverson still, we've seen it all, I mean, year after year. Doesn't matter how many incidents he has in the race, and never dials down the aggression for that 13. So he's going to continue to make his way through this field and do what it takes to get every position. You saw Medina in the 31 battling there as well. Good show being put on there. Medina doing a great job trying to hold on to that top 10 spot. Just like we've talked about, though, a lot of mixed bag of strategies here. It's hard to know who you're racing in terms of what they're dealing with and kind of gauge your speed and your entry accordingly. So far, so good as these guys getting one of the more clean runs in this race so far.
Stage award points as these boys continue to race hard. Look at Volpes holding off the charge of Saunders as they are finally figuring out where the good line is. Apron seems to be working on entry, and just let it roll up the track as you come out. Still early in the tire run. We'll see how that changes. We saw Lynott try that outside lane, got a little bit loose. Same with Mata, tapping the wall. So we're going to have to see when that actually opens up on this set of tires. But for now, lots of single file racing with that gap. Look at that beauty gap as Iverson now trying to look below Hillman. Hillman gives him a little dirty air, hugs the apron. And this moment, what you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I think that there's a premium on the restarts. Iverson can pass anybody in the league, even a David Owens with that wide load. But with that dirty air, it just becomes really hard.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about it today, and it really is. iRacing always making updates to these race cars. Yeah, what a clear by Saunders there over Volpes, and Volpes with the crossover going to try to return the favor. We'll see if Saunders,
to suck that air.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. He held it to the bottom to try to keep that dirty air on the 98. Behind them, you have side-by-side Hillman and Iverson. All types of good racing. But yeah, iRacing always making updates on these cars, and a big one they made recently, Mean Gene, was making dirty air, just like it is in real life. Such a game changer and far more significant. You saw Bollinger use it to control the lead essentially all race last week, and you're seeing these guys use it to defend positions here today. Luckily, it isn't quite as bad as it is in real life in this platform here. As you see, Iverson able to make the pass there on Hillman for 4th place.
Finally, now we can see in turn 1 and 2, it looks like that outside lane is finally starting to open up. Watch Vulpes here. He's going to ride that high line. Below him, Saunders and Iverson going to hug the apron. Outside momentum of Vulpes, if he can just stay even, doesn't let Saunders clear. And now going in, he's going to be forced on that outside in 3 and 4. Not where he wants to be, but look at the 11 riding that rail up in that 11 Lowe's vehicle. Big push from Iverson. Whoa. And now we're going to be 3 wide. No, Iverson lets off. Saunders finally makes the clear.
A caution is out, Mean Gene. What a shame, as we were just getting to some amazing racing. And wow, Iverson with what a recovery, or what an incredible recovery. Kevin Brower, who we're looking at here on this replay, in that Mountain Dew, Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. Ew.
KB was an admin way back in the day on our console racing days, so was kind of rooting for him to have a good inaugural race here on Monday Night Mayhem, but loses it. And yeah, that is a busy paint scheme.
It is a busy paint scheme and a busy food item. It's so interesting how many people are making this mistake. This entry of 3, they go too far down, really far down the apron. This is what we saw Novella do early in the race. And I mean, at that point, yeah, you were kind of just along for the ride. I think maybe just too much Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew before this race for Brower. A little bit too overeager.
Yeah, KB got a little bit lower than he would like to, just holding on. Managed just to almost save it some right contact. That's the worst place to make contact to.
That certainly is.
That is exactly where you break a toe link right there. Oh.
Yep, and in the front's where all the power is.
Yep, so we'll keep an eye and see what happens. In they come.
So this will be wow, all of them, me and Gene.
Why not? It's lap 41. Come on in and pit. They're racing to 68. That's when the stage points are going to be awarded. So, hey, 27, 26 laps of green flag after that. You'll make it on fuel and you'll have fresh tires. Let's see who wants to take a chance. Is that Kevin Kyle thinking he's going to swing for the fences?
We'll see. I mean, normally is. Yep, looks like it is. I mean, one blown restart wasn't enough. He wants to try it again. I told you I was bringing the sexy camera angles, me and Gene.
Oh, look at that.
And the one before. Oh, look at this one. And it looks like, Parham. Looks like he took a lot of 2 here. Parham, Lanat, and I think that, not a lot actually, so it looks like 2 people taking 2, unless Fisher did. But Fisher coming out behind them tells me he took 4. I believe that's what just happened there, me and Gene. We'll have a little bit more clarity as we get ready to go green, or as they all stack up.
Yeah, it looks like the 2nd and 3rd place car, those are the first fellas that came out of the pit. Parham and Lanat took 2. And then behind them, look at the pit times, all of them 14, 15 second. Oh. So you have to assume Fisher, Saunders, Iverson, Vulpes, Hillman, Mata, all those boys taking 4. Tyler Clunan, 3rd member of TI Racing, he took 2 to get himself up into the top 10.
And Kevin Kyle, by staying out, just took away Dalton Geyer's lucky dog.
So, no wave around for you, pal.
Just Kevin Kyle. Well, good thing they're friends.
What a dirty guy.
I mean, what else do you expect from a guy named Kevin Kyle?
With a sweet Kevin Harvick paint job.
I know, stupid, cool paint job.
So this is going to be interesting. Kevin Kyle, he did have that spin that caused that caution on that restart. All these drivers now, I think, are fully aware. If they already weren't, of course they were. But you got to make progress on the restart. You got to look for the hole. You got to take it 3 wide. You got to take it 4 wide just to get through there, improve yourself 2-3 positions. Because unless drivers are making mistakes in front of you, it is so hard to pass. We finally saw turns 1 and 2, that outside lane really open it up. But if you don't get clear on speed, you're stuck up there going into 3 and 4. And 3 and 4, it seems like the apron is working. We'll see how this progresses, though, as we go on. Some sweet racing early on before that last caution.
That was some really, really good racing. The cream rising to the top already. And here we go, getting ready to go green. Hopefully Kevin Kyle remembers which one's the accelerator this time. Going to lead them to green.
All right, Kevin Kyle, he's on the outside. Let's keep an eye.
Much better.
And he does get a smooth start.
Wow.
Parham on the inside. Going to pull side by side with Jordan Fisher. Fisher and Parham side by side. Kevin Kyle with a 4-car lead. Behind them, single car, Kyle Lynott. And then it's side by side, about 8 deep. After that, Kyle trying to make that outside lane work, but look behind him. Here comes Fisher and Parham. They're still side by side. If Kyle can hold on here, he might be able to lead another lap. Parham off the gas, riding the apron. Lots of caution. Fisher on the outside. Kyle touches the wall, brings it back down, and it's going to be Kevin Kyle leading lap number 44.
And Kevin Kyle using the air to his advantage to really kill the run of Jordan Fisher there. Fisher on what we're believing to be far fresher tires than the 2 cars in front of him, but not really able to do too much about it yet. Kevin Kyle doing a masterful job controlling the air, controlling the lead, and also much better on that restart. Night and day compared to the first one. And look at that send by Alex Simmons to the inside of Lynott. He's going to try to slide up, and he's going to have just enough room, I believe, to complete the pass. Nice move by Hillman.
Hillman going to move up into the 6th position in front of Lynott. Behind them, Michael Mata making strong runs. Speaking of strong runs, look at the 13 of Iverson. He's knocking on the door again. He can smell the tailpipe of Fisher. Going to make the pass on Parham. Moving up into the 3rd. He's almost got him cleared. Getting a little bit of push from Blair Saunders from behind. Iverson seems to be making that apron work as good as anybody on the track.
He really is, and he's really versatile with his lines, probably more than anyone else on the track right now. As you see Kevin Kyle trying to use that top to carry his momentum, not going to work as Fisher's going to look to the inside. I don't think there's going to be anything Kevin Kyle can do about this one, as Fisher's going to take the lead of the race right here. There he goes. Tony Iverson's going to try to make quick work of this, but he grazes the wall, and just look back at the top of your screen as so many cars getting tight, getting close to the wall or hitting it just barely. Kevin Kyle, with those old tires, not bleeding too bad. I mean, he's going to start going down the field now one at a time. But, him and Iverson come close there on exit.
Little bit of a touch right there, but Rubbins racing. Saunders sees the opening. He's going to go side by side, try to go below Iverson. Iverson now with the dirty air of Kyle, going to take it 3 wide. Saunders hugging the apron. Iverson in the middle. Kevin Kyle on the outside. Saunders backs off. Discretion, the better part of valor in that scenario. Meanwhile, Mata getting by Hillman. Joe Volp is still in the picture. Then a slight gap back to Hunter Hall and Jay Stinson, who's moved up into the top 10. How about Hunter Hall up 24 spots right now, and he's on the same tire strategy as the best cars on the track.
Yeah, Hunter Hall just doing an amazing job keeping it clean early in this race when all the mayhem unfolded around him. Got good track position because of it, and he has done a perfect job holding on to it. What a drive by Hall, comfortably in the top 10 right now in 9th place, but has a huge gap back to 10th place. And like you said, he's on the good tire situation. He's not having to worry about these guys behind him having fresher tires than him. So Hunter Hall living large right now, doing everything he has to do to have one of his best finishes of his DDI career for the team, but MRL career is what I should say, especially down at Super Speedway.
Fisher, Tony Iverson, the 2 fastest cars out on the track. Caution.
Yes, sir. Now let's take a look. Why?
Oh, my.
Looks like I don't... Oh, it's Clunin, Mean Gene. Clunin involved in a wreck in this one. Let's take a look here. Keep your eye on that.
That's the 911.
Yep, call 911. And that's Matt Novella on his inside.
Yep.
Can't park there.
No, brought it down in front of him. Oh, is that
yes, sir, it
Kevin
is.
Brower again?
But it's this. That's a T-bone if I've ever seen one. Let's watch that again. Oh my gosh. That was horrific. Let's watch it again.
I can hear the Jaws music building.
I don't think you can put that one on Novella right there.
No, he looked like the car's either racing incident or just the 911 coming down a little bit. Light contact. Gonna walk away. Lynott manages to escape.
But we have
You can see Sanders on the bottom, and here goes. Kevin Brower wants some steak. He's a carnivore.
Oh, a flaming hot steak. That's some spicy steak. Oof.
Unfortunate. You have to see what he can do with that. Looks like Novella, Lynott into the pits. Jack Sanders, Kevin Brower did drive it around to get in there. That is going to bring out our 5th caution here on lap 52. We are going to lap 68. That's where stage points will be awarded. No caution at 68. Now, bear in mind, if we have an accident around 64, 65, they would go back and look at the completion of the last green flag lap, and that would be the person who would be awarded the stage win and those top 5 positions. Hey, looks like we did get a lucky dog that time, though. I see them running around.
Oh, hey. Who is this? Is it Sanders? No.
Beverly, maybe.
Bev. J. Bev looks like got the lucky dog. So, bark for John Beverly.
Yeah, the commissioner.
Yes, sure. The commish. Doing a good job this season, Beverly is. Beverly is just showing more and more speed, week in, week out, always polishing up his craft. This restart, I am very excited about, me and Gene, because look who we got out front. And Kevin Kyle, the ball's on this guy. He's going to not bring it down, it looks like. Yeah, he's not. So Kevin Kyle going to stay on those tires. Am I wrong about that?
No, I'm looking at it. Looks like Kevin Kyle last pitted
26.
on lap 26.
This psychopath.
Everybody else is on 41. You got to go down to the Colonel, Jack Sr., who just pitted on lap number 51, as well as Lucas Alves, Kyle Lynott, Novella, and Jonathan Casabir. Of course, Matt Novella down there pitting for repair. How about Colin Bollinger? He had a big repair last time, still back in 13th place, waiting to see him open up his car the way that we've watched Tony Iverson do over the last few laps. So Fisher and Iverson, that's your front row. Those two boys played patty cake last week at Charlotte and had to watch the victory by the 53. Now maybe it's their turn. Couple of Fords ready to do battle. Behind them, Blair Saunders, Kevin Kyle. Of course, Kyle is on that older set of tires. Then you got Parham and Mata, both those fellas showing speed. Hillman, Vulpes, Hall, and Jay Stinson. Behind them, other guys we haven't really got to talk about much yet. Andrew Bolander, always quick, up 16 spots. Robert Babcock seems to have recovered from his early tribulations. Colin Bollinger, Medina, Steve Lewis out there. Haven't seen too much of these guys, but this track is so ugly. Track position so important. Looks like we're about to go green. Zach looking up at the 907 of Jordan Fisher. He's going to lead them, and away we go. Fisher with a great run. He's going to bring his teammate Saunders with him. Saunders is side by side with Iverson with a slight advantage. Little tap to Iverson puts him up into the wall, and that's going to send Kyle up as well. Mata takes advantage. It's Mata in third, side by side with Iverson. Single car Saunders ahead in second. 5-car gap for Fisher, who is now comfortably in the lead. His teammate Saunders with a great run. Iverson trying to make use of that outside lane. Lots of single file except for Iverson on the outside, and Lynott. Jordan Fisher gonna lead lap number 55.
And we're 3 wide back here. Stinson, Hunter Hall, and Bollinger. Stinson's gonna try to hold the bottom. What a great job cutting the nose off by Hall. He's going to pull up in front of Stinson. In front of them, it's still insanity. What an incredible restart from Mata as Mata gets loose. Oh, no. Saunders.
Hold on. Hold it, Saunders. Hold it.
Oh.
Don't come up crazy.
Oh, that was a close one.
Yep, he merged up. Those drivers were aware. Meanwhile, up ahead, look at Babcock now. Babcock having him a little bitty battle up there as well. That's some serious excitement. You saw the 31 behind him as those two got awful close, but now they seem to have straightened out their situation. Fisher, though, getting chased by Iverson, 3/10 of a lead. Behind them, Mata, Parham, and then Vulpes and Hillman side by side. These restarts have been vital. Whoever has won the restart, who's ever been in the front, that dirty air just seems to be riding shotgun.
It's so true, especially, when you get about this deep in the run, and when these guys have so much life, or so little life left in their tires, it makes them that much less flexible, that much less versatile with their line choice, so you're really a victim of the dirty air at that point. Up front, you have Iverson trying to pull in Fisher. Nothing meaningful yet, and Mata doing a great job. He went from about 6th to 3rd real quick on that restart, went straight to the bottom, took it 3 wide, and picked up positions when they were available to him. And now, I've missed talking about Michael Mata up front in this league, Mean Gene.
Yeah, been a heartbeat since we saw the guy. Ooh, little battle back there. Look at Hillman and Babcock now. They're going to touch doors. That was some excitement. Not clear as that outside lane continues to be powerful enough to pull Bollinger. I'm sorry, to pull Jay Stinson in there as well.
That's
Jay
Bollinger.
Stinson running a different scheme.
You're right. That's Bollinger.
What's up with Stinson?
Oh, there's Stinson right there. Well, yeah, is that? Wait.
He's
Why
in a
is Stinson-
31 today.
Why do they hate us, Mean Gene?
I don't know. Stinson's usually a 60.
Yeah. Gosh, Jay Stinson.
I mean,
great driver though.
I lie about my age, but not my car number. Come on, bro.
Had a great battle with that guy on
Meanwhile,
Friday. He's a fun
That
driver.
last restart, did you see that Matt Novella given an EOL
Oh,
for
no.
whatever reason? Yeah, so he's still on the lead lap, but he's in 22nd, and he's got to be nervous as the leaders are closing in on him really quickly. Novella's last lap,
Yeah, I'm trying to look at that.
30.66.
Not that bad.
The leader's 30.61, but whatever happened, Novella by himself cannot be happy about getting that EOL. Fisher, Iverson making chase. Golly, I'll tell you what, Jordan Fisher looked so good last week. Late run, though, by Colin Bollinger, and there was just nothing that the rookie had for the defending champion this season or this race, though. Fisher out in front, has to feel good. Would love to have his teammate Saunders back up there. Saunders had that little whoop-de-whoop. Saunders still on the lead lap, passing Lucas Alves in the back to make his way back up into 20th. So 3 of those TI cars still on the lead lap.
Yeah, and Jordan Fisher, like you said, such a strong run last week. Just didn't quite work out for him, showing what he can do this week. And, man, we haven't really mentioned it enough, too. With no David Owens and no Sean Walton, this really is a golden opportunity to get a win this season. Those are 2 contenders right there. I mean, you still got plenty of talent to deal with, but this is a big opportunity for these drivers. Jordan Fisher taking full advantage of it. And Tony Iverson, man, this guy, he's got to be a little bit frustrated. He's looked like the fastest driver in the league this season, but he has not led very many laps, Beachy.
No, it's difficult out here. There is a lot of speed on this track, even missing the 2 names that you mentioned. So it's hard to get up into the front and then still continue. I mean, look back there, and if you have a little accident, somebody like a Jax Duvall, the guy's 4 laps down back there. Big surprise, but he's still running relatively quick. And with the group of leaders, you could see that 84 right in the middle of all that foolishness, trying to make chase. I think he's right behind the 98 of Saunders.
Yeah, you have Duvall 5 laps down, and you have, there he is right there. And you have Geyer, there's Dalton Geyer, he's 7 laps down, and yeah, he's just been getting, with this mixed bag of strategy, a lot of guys staying out. So those waiver rounds that you'd expect to be available to you just have not been for Dalton Geyer and Jax Duvall for that matter. So it's been a frustrating one for them, but it's time to get those lucky dogs if we do get more cautions. And we're getting close to that stage. I mean, Gene, only 4 more to go, and Tony Iverson, the closest he's been all run.
The top 5 will get points for that. So Babcock holding on to 5th. Justin Parham, Jay Stinson making chase behind them. Of course, Parham and Stinson are teammates. I don't expect anything crazy there. But the 2 cars behind them of Bollinger and Hillman, they're not buddies. They don't mind taking it out. And look at that high line right there by the 31. That is Jay Stinson, and he's going to get ahead of Parham. So we'll see if Stinson can close that gap on Babcock for that 5th place. Look at Bollinger dive that bad boy down side by side with Parham. Might clear him.
Barely clears him.
Oh, it's so close. You could put a piece of paper between those 2.
Yeah, but you can tell that's almost stage payout time, and it's only the top 5. We were wrong about that last week. Only the top 5 are going to collect, so that's not enough for Bollinger. He's going to get 2 more positions. You have to get Stinson and Babcock. Don't know if he's going to have enough time for that. As yeah, a few of these drivers starting to bleed a little bit. The ones on the later end of the tires, but look who's taking the lead with 2 to go in the stage.
Points. He's got no Colin Bollinger out here to mess with him. The 907 making a run. Here we go. This is lap 67. Whoever leads this one is going to get the points. They're side by side going into turn one. Fisher's going to take it high. Iverson on his traditional line on the apron. Momentum goes to Fisher. Takes it up high. 3 and 4, though, has been quicker for the bottom line. Let's see if the 13 can clear him. Iverson doing his best. Fisher riding the rail. Gonna bring it up. They almost make contact. Light touch into the wall
Fisher
by
leads
Fisher.
the lap.
Fisher at the line takes the stage. Iverson second. Mata third. Vulpes fourth. And Robert Babcock holds off a charging Colin Bollinger. Those are your stage winners. I'll tell you what, Fisher's looking as good as anybody on the track right now.
Yeah, he grazed the wall, and it didn't kill his momentum, and I think this will be the same story here as Iverson looks at the bottom, but he's just not going to have the run that Fisher's going to have on an exit here. Watch Fisher drive away likely. Yep, bye, says Fisher. He's going to even take the line away from him and try to dump some dirty air on him for his good effort as well. Brilliant driving by Jordan Fisher so far, holding off Tony Iverson, collecting the stage points, collecting the stage win. That's going to carry all the way to the playoffs, and it looks like this guy is going to be someone we talk about a lot in the postseason. Going to call that one. Now, behind them, Vulpes doing a great job reeling in the 16 of Michael Mata. Vulpes has really been coming alive as these runs have gone on every run besides that first run. So maybe it's a good thing that Vulpes had those struggles in that first run, learned so much from it clearly, and has applied that and has just had some brilliant runs since.
On the same line as cars that didn't get started on restarts, but one thing he did do was avoid any damage to that number 11 Ford. Joe Vulpes running up there in fourth spot. Meanwhile, you see the battle behind. Babcock still with a decent lead over Bollinger. And then look at all those Hornets behind. You can see that's Duval poking out. That's Lynott trying to go underneath right there, poking his nose under Hunter Hall. Great racing back here as we're on lap number 71 of the Your Company's Name Goes Here 200 live from Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, these cars, you can really tell just all of them on such an equal talent level. Different tire situations for some of them, but a lot of them very equal, especially in this pack here. All of them, from what I can see, pitting on lap 41. So very, very similar situations here, and you can tell these guys all so good, and they just cannot get around each other, and they're all using the dirty air against each other, and they're kind of just having a cumulative effect on one another, and it's not doing anyone any favors, but why not? Track position, like you said, so important. You've got to take it when it's available to you, especially if you have an opportunity later in these runs like these guys do now. As you're going to see Hillman look to the inside right there, Parham.
Yeah, Alex Hillman trying to make a move. Parham now going to look around to the outside. He's going to have a little bit of help from that number 5. The number 5 dips down, makes it 3 wide as he's trying to hug the apron. Starts to plow up the track, makes contact into Hillman. That's how you make a friend. Hillman in the 5 side by side. Luckily, Parham saw the idiocy and backed off, costing himself a little bit of a run. And now he's back there in the draft with Lewis. Now look at Lewis trying to poke down as well. Parham can't be happy after that move. The 5, then Hillman, Lewis, Parham. That is 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Heavy racing.
Yep, that's what Parham gets for being patient. Lewis gets him too, as there is Bollinger. Caution is out. Caution is out, Mean Gene.
Meanwhile,
who was that?
Look, I don't know, but it looks like Kevin Brower has taken it behind the wall, and as has the 48 of Matt Fritz.
Uh-oh, Mean Gene.
No.
You're not going to believe. Yep.
Oh, no.
Who else?
Oh, no.
What happened?
Right, so that's Iverson on the base. That's Fisher at the top.
Not clear, buddy.
Momentum. Oh, no.
That's all on Iverson.
Yep, he came up and wasn't clear. Well, we can't say it was. Look at somebody picking up an incident point by driving in the grass. Can't do that.
A few people got some.
Let's go back. I mean, that's straight racing incident at this point. These boys running hard.
The end all be on camera.
Yeah, you're trying to get through the dirty air right there. You know, you hit that barrier. He finally cleared. That outside lane has had such speed, but Iverson thinking that 3 and 4 would work, starts to bring it up. The 907 says, hey, I'm up here.
Wow. That just couldn't have gone worse.
Right. Nope. Go to the in-car. Go to the in-car of the 907. I want to look at that throttle.
Yeah, I will. Let me get that up for
I know what I would have done. I know what I would have done.
I mean, you're hoping
And it
he's not
rhymes
going
with
to
vroom.
come up. Yep. You're hoping he's not going to come back up onto you, right? So it's a tough situation for Fisher. I mean, yeah, let's take a look at this. We'll just go on board here.
Yeah. I mean, because you can't let off because the crossover moment is gone.
And he probably saw so little. Watch. He's probably not even see him at all. Okay. So Iverson was clear. He was clear. And he gets the clear call from his spotter. I guarantee you. He comes up, and then by the time they get to the exit, he's no longer clear. So I don't want to put that one on Iverson as much. It's not on Fisher. Just an unfortunate wreck.
Yes, sir. Put that pedal to the floor, baby. That's what I do.
Oh, you're so proud.
I am.
I'm gonna take one more look at this one, me and Gene.
Hey, some people go to school. Some people go to school to cause cautions, and others go to school to drive away from spins. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, watch this. Keep your eye on the 13. He is clear, and I promise you, me and Gene, he got the call from the spotter. You are clear. Take it. And I think it's right about there. He's clear. And that's right when he starts aggressively coming up, right? And watch by the time they get to the end, the 907 has cleared the gap, or has closed the gap. So unfortunate.
Racing incident, baby.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That's what happens out here. And it's so damn hard to pass. You can't blame either guy.
No, you really can't. You have to take those opportunities you can get them. And, of course, nothing can kill this 13, so he's still out here.
Now, let's look up front. It's the 988 of Kyle Lynott. That's right. He last pitted on lap 51. Everybody behind him came in and took tires, but not Kyle Lynott. So let's see. We're going to go green. Lynott choosing the inside. Jonathan Quesabir outside front row with him. Mata and Fisher. Fulpus, Bolander, Babcock, Stinson, Hillman, Medina. Lynott control car on the inside, brings it into the restart zone. He goes at about the halfway mark. What a great run, leaves Quesabir in the dust. He's going to pull Michael Mata with him. Mata single car in second behind them. Quesabir and Fisher side by side. Fisher looking down low, led the most laps here today. Would love to take over the lead, but now he's got the dirty air of Mata and Lynott in front of him. Quesabir falls in behind Fisher, side by side, all the way back to the number 2 of Babcock. After that, it gets spicy. Look at this side-by-side racing. Hillman with the 5. Behind them, Parham. Oh, the 907 with an aggressive move down onto the apron, almost touching the grass, looking to cut this track as much as he can.
Yeah, these guys going for it.
Look at the 3 wide.
Oh, man, making themselves the meat in this sandwich. Oh, no!
Look at the 5! Look at the 5 come up, and he does a Duval. He Duvals the man in the middle, and there's an accident.
We're still green, me and G. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. I lied. Wow, that was a massive hit. It looked like it was going to be a massive hit. Maybe it wasn't.
He's got no obligation to do anything but run his line and run his race.
Yep. Oh, I think Finley may have just towed. Let's go back a little bit further than this.
He just rides up a little bit high, looking for as much speed as he can. He says, hey, we're 3 wide, so I can go in the middle 3 wide, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to, if you don't mind, I'm just going to go right here. Just right here.
Is that Stinson, the 31?
It is, sort of.
Oh, look, no, that looked like Stinson actually came down.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I meant the 31 sort of as in the number, because he's also the 60. And this is going to be a big hit, I think, me and Gene. Oh, he starts though, so that's the right thing to do. Uh-oh, though.
Oh, well, that's painful.
Massive hit. Massive
all right, let's go to
hit.
that rear. Let's go to the chase.
Let's do it. The decider
Because it
camera.
looked like, I thought that Finley, the 5 just plowed up, but look at the 31. I guess we can look at that black line.
Yep.
Yeah, look at the seam.
That seam above the 5 is what I'm looking at as well. And I'm watching the 31 get closer and closer. Nope. Here comes the 5 up. Okay. He's in a straight line now. And now the 31 is going to come down. Huh.
I wonder if he just got loose right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe thought he was clear.
The 5 is under no obligation to make space.
None.
You know, could he have given more room? Yes. Is he obligated to do that? Absolutely not. He chose not to do that. He came up, contact was made. I'm going to call that a racing incident. I don't think anybody was doing anything out of pocket.
Massive hit, though, for the 5. That will likely be all she wrote for Finley today. What a great run it had been for Finley. So shouts out to the rookie driver. He had put together a brilliant run today. And Michael Mata got the lead there.
Yes, he did. Well, I expected that with him having the better tires. Lynott now did come down into the pits. So Mata and Fisher going to be your front row. Andrew Bolander finally moving up into the second grid position, second row there with Vulpes, Babcock, Quesabir. Wow, look at that third row. Babcock up 25 spots, Quesabir up 23 spots.
Oh my
Lots
God.
of excitement.
And then Bolander up 24. Nearly 75 spots between those 3.
So all those fellows pitted on lap 74. We had the quick caution, 7th caution of the day here at Kansas. The top 5 drivers all took 4 freshies. Quesabir went with 2, and then behind them all took 4 as well, down to the 17th position of Jay Stinson. Kevin Kyle still currently being shown in the pit. Behind him, Lynott, Iverson, and Bollinger. I mean, if you flip the field, then it makes sense. Bollinger and Iverson being the last 2 cars. But the field is not flipped, and those 2 guys are actually the last guys on the lead lap. Well, here comes Kevin Kyle. He's going to stay on the lead lap as well. 21 cars on the lead lap here today, about to roll around and complete lap 81, running to 135 here today. 55 laps remaining.
Yeah, if we didn't have guys like Mata, Fisher, Bolander, Vulpes up front, I'd say it's opposite day right now. With Iverson
It is opposite
back
day.
there. This is crazy.
Yeah, but we've seen wins out of all those drivers up front,
Yes,
so
we
would
have.
not be surprised to see it. Let's see, we're into the restart zone. Away we go. Inside lane, backs up. Babcock missed a gear, and that's going to cost them. As look at that, that's even going to force Novella down onto the apron. And Duval gets chirpy on the mic. Up ahead,
Yes.
Mata in the lead. Fisher in second. Then Bolander, Vulpes, Quesabir, and then behind them you can see side-by-side racing. This is going to be the fun part. Can Fisher get by Mata? He's got dirty air and a fast car in that number 16 Ford ahead of him. Behind him in third, Andrew Bolander. This guy's been knocking on the door hard, and in fact, his buddy Sean Walton actually called it, said Bolander would win this week.
Wow, look at Babcock and Hillman going at it. And Parham just making himself the meat in the sandwich, just absolutely just asserted his will right there in the middle. And yeah, man, you know it was a bad restart if notoriously calm, cool, and collected on the radio, Jax Duvall said something. So that is bad as, Parham into the wall right there. Wow, good job gathering it back up. This group all day, Mean Gene. They're not exhausted by now. This has been crazy. Hillman going to put his notorious Hillman squeeze on these guys right here. Is Novella going to look to the inside, the Daily Drivers Inc. teammates from last year. Going to try to work together here in the 98. You just could not kill Blair Sanders here either. We saw Sanders in a wreck earlier. We thought he was done. Oh no! As him and Novella almost come together in entry. And there's Hunter Hall as well. These guys, just so many great runs out here. And so many guys with so much resilience. This is crazy. These cars really are tanks.
115 of Lucas Alves, Beverly in the 01, and Jack Sanders, the Colonel, running the 25. All of them ready for somebody to hiccup. This is why you got to get that good start. This is why you got to take a risk, because if not, you're going to be stuck in this hornet's nest of pain. It's a house of pain, and there's no baseline, so it's just sound. Up front, Mata continuing to hold off Fisher, but look at it now. The 24 of Bolander underneath Fisher, trying to make a move. All these cars spreading out across the start-finish line, completion of lap number 85. We're live here on the Vortex Racing Network, bringing you Monday Night Mayhem from Kansas Speedway. This is the Your Company Goes Here 200. And these boys are doing battle. They want to rep your company. Reach out to MRL officials, and you too could sponsor a race and have Mean Gene and Zach Panzarella call your company name mandated 27 times.
And maybe even just name it Your Company Goes Here, and then you'll get a free sponsor on this race right here. But God, it's insane back here, Mean Gene. I saw Jose Medina. I think he's still doing it. ripping the top up. Not anymore. He's deciding to come back down. He just ran the wall a couple laps ago, picked up a couple positions that way. That was a really nice move by Medina, and you kind of just got to find that clean air wherever it's available to you, and that's seems to be the priority here, and that's what Mata is doing to maintain this lead. He is just playing the air game the best way you can, Mean Gene.
Wow, look how much closer Bolander got than Fisher. Fisher's still in third, looking below the 24 of Bolander, and that's going to let Mata get away just a little bit. Behind them, look at that. Joe Volpus, you're going to need a bigger boat because Joe Volpus is being a shark, waiting to do what he wants to do. And then, hey, 5th place Babcock, I just called a race in the Thursday Thriller where he ARCA braked 2 dudes on the last turn to take the win. Hell, he got a 5-point penalty for it, but I'd gladly give up a 5-point penalty to get a free ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, get it how you can, right? Man, maybe I'm glad I parked it for that one. I didn't know that happened. That's funny.
Yes, it was awesome. All right, looks like the 911 and the number 5 have taken it behind the wall and parked it. So 20 cars on the lead lap. Kevin Kyle has gone a lap down at this point, but he would be the recipient of the lucky dog.
Mata
came out. Oh, look at how tight.
Mata lost a ton of positions.
Wow, all the way down. He's getting passed by Alves. You can see the 26 and the 25 swinging by him right there. Tough break as he's going to fall back to 12th.
What happened here, Mean Gene? Keep your eye on the 16 here. Exiting the corner. So far, so good. This is interesting. And here we go, entering turn 3. Oh, loose goes Mata. I did not see any contact with Bolander.
No, but you get a car that close, and, you know, it can affect the aero.
Air is just a son of a gun. Now in 2025, on this platform, Mean Gene, my goodness. Michael Mata, nice save overall.
It was, but he needs to change that radio station. I heard ain't nothing going to break my stride coming out of those speakers. That was not the time to play that one. Bolander going to take over. Yeah, brown pant moment. Andrew Bolander going to take over the lead, but it's still Jordan Fisher out there knocking on the door. He'd love to get back involved into the lead position. Behind them, Volpus, Babcock off his win Thursday. Matt Novella, fastest car in practice, now making threats in 6th. Blair Saunders of TI Racing up into 5th. Look at the battle between the 98 and the 56. Behind them, Justin Parham. He's been snake bit many times. He's going to let these 2 boys figure it out. There's a lot of rub marks on that 56 here today.
Yeah, a lot of these cars have been through so much. I mean, the 56, included. That car has been through so much today, Mean Gene. Oh, boy, as it looked like we were about to add another one to the list right there. I can't believe that 56 still has so much speed in it, but clearly it spent a lot of time in the pits hammering away, and it looks to be near perfect. Matt Novella, our pole sitter today, so clearly knows how to get around here fast and just needs a clean run. Trying to get that right now, but wow, it's just incredible. And, I mean, not to mention, he's not... The car clearly not healthy, but he's still on the track, and that's Tony Iverson. So never say die here at Kansas.
Lap, he turned a 31.32 that last lap. That's 0.5 of a second slower than the leaders. So he's going to need another caution here to get back on it. Meanwhile, Michael Mata seems to have recovered from his scary moment. Back up into the 9th position. You can see him underneath the 115 of Lucas Alves, and he's now knocking on the 8th position of the 08 of Hillman. Ooh, blue cars everywhere. Meanwhile, look at the back there. Duval's like, am I laps down? I don't care. We're going to dance. He teaches tango in addition to Florida Man. You see him putting down hard laps here, racing with the 26 of Hunter Hall. Good action still going on. Those cars are all still pretty tight. If you wiggle, you're going to lose a lot of positions.
Yeah, girls just want to have fun, Mean Gene. And Jax Duvall, no matter how many laps down he is, he's out here having fun, mixing it up with these guys. And whether or not they like it, he's going to do it. And you still got to get better and be competitive, so I don't blame Duvall one bit for doing that. Up front, we got this group of 4 right here. Babcock being the caboose currently with Volpus and Bolander, the meat and the sandwich, and Fisher leading the group. And wow, dude, I think we just glossed over the fact that Jordan Fisher got around Bolander. So Fisher back in the lead of this race. Appears to be the healthiest of the fastest car, the fastest of the healthy cars left in this race right now, does Jordan Fisher. So about 40 laps-ish to go here for Fisher. Just needs to hold on. We are definitely on the latter end of this thing, and it's so far going about according to plan for that 907.
11 cars all pitted on lap 74 and took 4 fresh tires. 12th place, Steve Lewis only took 2 back on lap 74 as well. So or on lap 79. So lots of action still going on here. And now look at Bolander. He's peeking down at the bottom. Fisher trying to hold that line. I hope Bolander got a replay of what happened to Iverson trying this maneuver. Don't believe them if they say you're clear. Meanwhile, it's Joe Vulpes back there in the catbird seat. I'm going to call it the rooster seat, the way that Babcock did that ARCA break on 2 dudes. Vulpes, he called that race with me, so he knows what to do. You know, he's no stranger. Question is, does he have the testicular fortitude to make two people really mad really fast? Bolander going to lead that lap. I don't think he will. I don't think he'd do it.
You hope not, but yeah, Vulpes, he knows who's behind him right now. That's got to be making him a little bit nervous, but what a move by Bolander to take that lead back. It's so racy up front right now, and clearly these guys wanting the clean air, wanting to be able to dump that dirty air, because that really what that's going to do as well, Mean Gene, is speed up that tire degradation for any of these guys. I think they're still going to have to bring it down, actually I'm almost positive, for one more set of tires and a full tank of fuel. So very important to have that clean air, be able to run this as long as you can. So Bolander doing what he has to do right now. We've seen Bolander up front for over a season now, always knocking the door for that win. And could this be the day? Bolander putting together an awesome race so far. And Vulpes also, as long as he doesn't get Babcocked, looking like he definitely has a chance at this win.
He is being patient, doing what it takes to be in position at the end of the race. Meanwhile, look behind Duval. This is some spicy stuff. You can see Hunter Hall, Steve Lewis, Jose Medina. There's Jay Stinson. Duval just drove through that pack of lead lap cars. Now little contact. Yeah, they're all recovering from having Hurricane Duval sweep through there. A few of them even switched positions. That was what allowed Hunter Hall to sneak by Lewis. You can see Steve Lewis actually fade back just a little bit. So that got interesting to watch. I can't wait to see what happens when Duval catches that next group of cars.
Yeah, Duval definitely not taking any prisoners as he makes his way through this field, trying to get all 5 laps back the hard way. So we'll have to see what happens there. And that 98 is Saunders continuing to, that's another great camera angle, continuing to work his way through the field here. Saunders doing a great job. So many of these cars have been through so much today, but not letting it affect them and still staying strong. Same goes for Parham right there on the outside. And here comes Mata recovering from that massively loose moment and a hit to the wall to make his way through this field again. This would be for 7th place. If he can, make this work, he's going to go for the 3. Wow. Look at Mata go.
Okay, brown pan moment for us up here in the booth. That's Saunders in the middle, Mata down low, Parham up high, all 3 on different teams. So no allegiance to those guys. No bad blood either. Of course, this is just hard racing. Saunders getting the better of that, zips on through. You can see Mata, Parham, and then that's Alex Hillman there as those 4 guys kind of settle in. We'll see what happens when that accordion comes back together and dirty air becomes in effect. Remember, Mata and Saunders both doing a good job of cutting through traffic after that last restart. So that puts them into 6th, 7th, and 8th. But remember, Novella was doing battle with that group, so he actually drove away a little bit up into that 5th position. Still hasn't quite caught up to Babcock yet, but he's got a little bit of a gap between the 5th place of Novella and the 6th place of Blair Saunders.
Yeah, these guys up front, in the top 5 especially, looking like they're starting to settle in a little bit, maybe starting to think about that last pit stop and when they want to do it and start protecting fuel and tire. Until then, you're seeing that gap back to from Fisher to Vulpes. That one has widened quite a bit, as has the one from Babcock to Vulpes. You saw Novella, fall off Babcock a decent amount here. He's reeling him back in. He tried to race him for that 4th place, but couldn't make a pass work. We'll see if Novella can make something happen here. And here he goes to the inside, and he's going to try this one again. But yeah, I think this is a lot about when these guys decide to bring it down for that last pit stop. And what a move by Novella. Got the exit out of 4 and makes quick work of the 2 of Babcock right there. So Matt Novella, man, never say and die, up to 4th place.
Actually talking on the radio right now. I'd love to be a fly on the wall to hear what's happening. Wouldn't be surprised if if Babcock just let Novella go. Novella caught up so quickly. You had to figure Babcock probably wise to just say, just get away from me. I don't want to get wrecked. Meanwhile, there it is. Yes, it's Duval time. He has made his way up, and he is side by side now with Lucas Alves. Oh, I'm sorry, with the 25 of Sanders. Sanders, Duval, they're so close. Lucas Alves getting close. Does he not know who that is? That's a bright orange car. Don't get near that thing. Jose Medina, Hunter Hall, all driving. Okay, pit stops. Looks like Mata had some trouble.
Babcock as well. Oh, Mata.
All right.
Wow.
Now, is that going to be a bad pit entrance, though, for Mata?
We'll see. It looked like one of those ones that was so sketchy that if there's no penalties, it'll end up being a good one, right? It was fast. I don't think he lost too much time. Mata wanted to do some cheeky stuff here. Let's see if he wants to take 4 or if he's going to take 2.
You're going to have to get cheeky after that. Let's see. All right, Babcock on the roll. Both cars taking 4. Look at that.
Fisher with a very aggressive entrance right there.
Oh, wow. Aggressive.
Who is that?
Get out of the grass.
Saunders. That's Saunders in the grass.
Well, you can't do that.
So he's going to probably go all the way around.
You're getting 1X. I'm familiar with that penalty. I've done that many times.
Oh, yeah. I take that one at Daytona all the time.
All right, so that hurts Saunders' chances. He's going to need a caution to close that gap back up, especially at this late stage of the race. Andrew Bolander being shown in your lead, and then Vulpes about a 1.1 second behind. There's Fisher, led the most laps here today, currently down there getting some work done on his ride.
And keep your eye on him, G. Make sure you get that penalty. Yeah, I got to make sure we don't see Fisher back in the pits next time around. That was a really fast entry, me and Gene. And he's still in the pits.
He's way over. He's way over.
Is he serving the penalty now?
I think he is, because he's at 40 seconds on that pit stop right now.
So we expect about 10 seconds.
What a bad sequence of events for the TI Racing, as both Saunders and Fisher end up with some sad late race penalty and grass mowing. Is that what we're going to call it for Saunders?
Lawn keeping,
Yeah, a little lawn keeping. Up front, Andrew Bolander trying to make Sean Walton look like a genius. He's your leader. I'll tell you, Sean told me Andrew was going to win. I got it on tape.
Wow, I should have put money on it.
Yeah. So Bolander up front, looking good. Behind him, Vulpes keeping that same lead. And then Matt Novella showing that late speed now, riding that rail, has closed the gap on Vulpes. Great run by Novella here late in the race. Then Parham, Medina, that's as high as he's been up here today for the 54 Toyota. Got to be happy. Hillman, he's been around top 10 all day. Alves, Hunter Hall, Steve Lewis, John Beverly, Jay Stinson. So all these fellas would love to see this thing continue to go green and give them an opportunity. Wow, lots of smoke.
Yeah, sketchy entrance from Hillman as well. Keep your eye on that. And it looks like we may have gotten a fresh. I don't see Jordan Fisher anymore unless he's back on track. Is he?
Yeah, Fisher's on track. He's being shown in the 21st position.
Absolutely
one lap down. No, 4 laps down because those guys haven't pitted.
And he was down there for a long time, Gene. It's going to be at least 2 when he does rejoin the track. Maybe it was multiple penalties for Fisher. Absolutely brutal for the 907, who looked to have the fastest car at that stage in the race. This is curious to me. Matt Novella, very, very well known for being an incredible long-run driver. But normally it's done on the bottom of the racetrack, no matter where we are. He's just so good at hugging the bottom and preserving his stuff. But here he is, just ripping the top Kyle Larson style. But he's making it work.
I think he's had all the accidents out of his bloodstream at the beginning. So now he's riding with a lot of confidence out there, just kind of following Joe Vulpes around. If you're going to follow a guy, Vulpes is a great person to find out what lines they're picking. Vulpes was the first guy I really saw that was deciding turn 1 and 2 was the good one to go outside, hug the apron down in 3 and 4. But now here we are later in the run. You can see a lot of guys using that high line in the middle. Look at Lynott right there using that middle. Whereas Bolander, he's rolling it, still using that bottom, that early philosophy of stay on the bottom in turn 3 and 4. Going to lead lap number 115, Andrew Bolander. 20 laps to go. Gotta be expecting some pit stops soon for those front cars. All of the guys in the front top 10 yet to pit. Jay Stinson being shown in 11th is down in the pit, and now I hear Vulpes on the radio making the call that he's going to be coming down and maybe get him.
I think. Nope, sorry.
Yeah, Bollinger as well. The 53 brought it down.
Oh no! Vulpes and Novella come together.
Wow, Joe Vulpes has got to be thrilled with his Gulf Coast teammate. Had an earlier run-in with
Bev misses the pits. Caution's out. Beverly, I think, is who actually ended up bringing out the caution.
Wow.
But we're going to take a look at what happened to Vulpes first.
That's the third incident with Gulf Coast Racing that we've seen Joe Vulpes involved with in the last couple of weeks.
I thought DDI were the dirty ones.
No, DDI stands for didn't do it.
Oh, right. All right.
No, everything's fine. He just
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't Novella.
Picked up by he got even, so Novella is the one that gets pays.
Yeah, he does.
He pays for the crimes.
And look at that front end damage for Novella.
Everybody has hit Matt Novella today. Golly gee.
Yep, everyone but the pace car has hit Matt Novella. And so this is going to be interesting. So what I was about to allude to, me and Gene, and we'll take a look at Beverly in the meantime. I think if that had played through, Michael Mata was going to have a massive lead. If that had cycled through, he was putting down laps a half a second faster than Bolander was. And Bolander had stayed out too long for him to maintain that lead. This is Bev, and this is what ultimately brought the caution, that right there. Vulpes, very happy about that, I'm sure. But one guy who's not going to be happy about that caution right there, me and Gene, is going to be the 16 of Michael Mata. He needed that to cycle through. He's going to get his lap back, so that's good, but he's not going to get the track position. He's going to start behind Bolander, and he's going to have far older tires. All those advantages that were going to Michael Mata and Robert Babcock, for that matter, it was those two were running together, working together, using the draft. All those advantages that they were going to get, they all now shift to Bolander.
About the TI drivers, I think that they could come back into this. Saunders running so well earlier is still being shown 2 laps down, so maybe he'll get one back on a wave around ahead of them. Who's the other guy? Fisher. Let's see what Fisher's doing.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Oh, he's back in 21st. That guy's 3 laps down.
There
so
he is.
He really got.
And this really put the race upside down for a lot of drivers. You have Hillman a lap down now. Saunders a lap down. Man, they're going to get these back, I think, though. I think they're going to get these back by virtue of the lucky dog. I'm sorry, of the wave around, not lucky dog.
And how about this business? Pitting on lap 118 just now, your new leader, Captain Crunch, Steve Lewis.
Oh, wait. You jinxed it.
What? Oh, did Bolander get back ahead of him? Come on, Louis.
And
he let a lap, though. Give him the points.
He's gonna collect a penalty for that, I think, though. Ugh, it's rough for Lewis. Wonder why he's bringing it back down.
He's probably serving a penalty. You don't know.
That. Maybe he forgot to put fuel in it or something, or tires on it.
Oh, that would be bad. Maybe he accidentally just drove through his pit and didn't pay attention.
Yeah, that could be it. I was gonna.
He's back in there. No, yeah, he's taking right sides.
He was gonna win this race.
Oh yeah, he would have won.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Bolander. That is brutal for Michael Mata. But you know that really isn't brutal for? Luca's in 7th place, Gene.
Who dat? Oh, Iverson knocking. The thing's wide open. All these guys have led laps. Bolander's led laps. Parham's led laps. Lucas Alves has to be thrilled that he's in 3rd with 4 freshies right now. Medina's up there. He's run good. Iverson, Lynott, Babcock. Looks like we're going to hold it for one more lap. Michael Mata. Look, Novella's still running.
This is an interesting. I mean, it's wide the hell open, me and Gene. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, look at Alves just chilling in 3rd place. He's been consistent in the top 15. So many guys. I'm excited for Jose Medina with a good opportunity here. Looking at my data, and no one did anything cute. I mean, this is all guys on 4 tires, so this is even as it gets. It's a great opportunity to win a race for so many guys up here. And Bolander, though, you know he's going to be looking to check out. This is going to be such an important restart for that 24. But you know the 18 of Parham's going to try to do something about it. Those two do work pretty well together, though. And look behind them, too.
Parham's so due for a win. We've seen him work with Fritz a lot. Matty Fritz not on the track right now. So, you know, Parham ain't going to give it up easy.
And I got to know Parham by racing him in the Truck Series on Thursdays. And while Parham is a really, really good driver on trucks, he's won races over there. Man, is he a different driver on Fridays. Lights out in an ARCA car. So this, you know, the Cup car, I'd say more like the ARCA car than it is like the truck. So you're seeing that from Parham, and Parham every week getting so much better, putting in just unbelievable laps. His qualifying or his pole lap last week in ARCA was disgusting. So not surprised to see Parham up here.
Let's see what's going to happen. They're still figuring out what's going on the track. Right now, 15 cars being shown on the lead lap. Drivers that are a lap down: Joe Volpus, Colin Bollinger, Blair Saunders, Alex Hillman, Jordan Fisher, big names.
Single
Here
file.
we go. Bolander on the inside into the restart zone. Away we go. Great start there as he leaves behind the inside lane. Outside lane has 2 cars, single file. Behind them, you can see Lynott and Alves side by side. Bolander, Medina, then Parham, Alves, Lynott, Iverson, Lewis, Novella, Babcock, Mata, your top 10. Up front, it's a drag race. Look at the speed of Parham now trying to get out past Medina. Medina hugging the apron. Parham up on that high side. Medina going to carry it on the fresh tires. Behind them, Alves in 4th, and then side by side, Iverson and Lynott. The 24 of Bolander now has a 0.3 of a second lead, but he's got a choo-choo train coming for him from behind. Only one guy willing to go up high right now, and that's Tony Iverson. He's got Lynott behind him. That's 5th and 6th. Single file now all the way back to Mata. This is amazing racing.
Insane. And what was also amazing was that incredible restart from Jose Medina, driving from 4th to 2nd place. Medina going to give himself a chance at this win, going to try to reel in Bolander and get himself his first ever MRL Cup Series win. Bolander doing everything we talked about for that restart. He was perfect there. Behind them, it's still all types of crazy. And like you said, Tony Iverson looking to have a healthy car underneath him and having the balls to use that outside and doing it well. So what can Tony Iverson make happen here? Is that car healthy enough to have a chance at the win? This is crazy. Like you said, Benjine, it's going to be 11 to go this time around for Andrew Bolander, looking to get the win at Kansas with Jose Medina breathing down his neck and Parham not far behind.
Trying to give that push to Medina to close that gap onto Andrew Bolander. 0.3 of a second seems to be holding. Last lap, Parham fastest car on the track, 30.10. Everybody within 0.2 of a second of each other. Bolander just needs to lay down those laps and hit his marks. Parham off the pace just a tad, getting some dirty air from Medina. Behind them, Iverson, and then it's Lynott and Alves getting way too close for comfort.
Whoa.
Behind them, Steve Lewis and Matt Novella. Watch out, Matt. Everybody's going to wreck in front of you. You know it. Don't be a victim. Don't be a victim, my friend. 4
There's
cars
been a number
behind them. Then behind them, you can see Babcock, Michael Mata, and the Colonel Sanders still racing hard. This could be the day. Is Sean Walton a fortune teller?
Whoa!
Medina into the wall. Parham trucked up high. Contact.
We're going to stay green here, Benjine, and Tony Iverson's going to take 2nd place.
Wow. Yeah, Parham just went a little bit high there. That took both drivers into the wall. Medina trying to recover, falls back into 4th. Iverson now taking over 2nd. Then Lynott, Medina, 3 wide behind them. Alves, Lewis, and Novella. High side Alves trying to make it work. Lewis on the bottom, and then Matt Novella falling into line on that top lane. That 0.3 of a second lead for Bolander is now 1.2 seconds. 8 laps remaining here at Kansas.
That incident between Parham and Medina was a gift wrap for Bolander. Now all he has to do is drive away in the sunset with 8 laps to go. It's 1.1 seconds. Iverson is faster. Just a matter if there's enough time. If he keeps this pace up, there is not. He needs to get a little bit faster than that. We'll see what Lynott wants to do better as well. Medina trying to get that 54 back underneath him after that incident. I don't think he'll have too much damage. He did get shoved in the wall a little bit there by Parham, but Parham definitely getting the worst of it, having to do a ton of lawn care. Man, this guy, or whoever does the lawn care here at Kansas has the day off tomorrow, me and Gene. But here we go, 7 to go for Bolander. He's doing everything he has to do. Tony Iverson with a really familiar situation to last week.
Medina needs to hold that line. He's got Lynott on the outside. That car, that 988's been looking tight. Could come down the track at any moment. Side by side, third and fourth place. Looks like Medina finally going to clear him, and now he can get the injured car of Iverson into his scope. Look at that behind them, though. Car still shooting down low. Lucas Alves doing battle there with Matt Novella, moved up to 6th. Steve Lewis with a hell of a day, the captain, running up into 5th. Only 14 cars on the lead lap. Parham, the last car, still trying to hold on after his contact with Medina.
Yeah, Parham trying to recover from there. He might be able to get some spots there. He's going to have fresher tires in the cars in front of him. That's why you see Mata and Babcock with that big gap right there. As here we go. Oh, Medina really recovering. Yeah. Looking to the inside of Tony Iverson here. Let's see if he can complete this pass. And they're doing all this while still reeling in Bolander. Granted, it's only 5 laps. Great pass by Medina. Does the exact same thing he did a lap previous to Lynott. Takes it inside, clears him halfway through, and drives away. Will 5 laps be enough for 0.9 seconds? It's going to have to be perfect from Medina and maybe even need a mistake from Bolander, but never say never. What a drive from the 54.
0.2 of a second lap gained by Medina at that rate. He's not going to catch him. It's going to be close. Medina using the high line. Iverson side by side. That drafting going to slow down the progress of these two cars. Iverson needs to push if he wants a chance for the win. He needs to side draft if he's going to be happy with second place. Up front, 0.8 of a second, Zach. These boys slowly, ever so slowly reeling him in, but with only 3 laps to go, I just don't think there's enough time on the clock.
He's going to be maybe to him by the time we get to the white flag if he keeps this pace, me and Gene, but catching him is one thing and passing them is another. Doing it in 1 lap here at Kansas is going to be easier said than done. There's a chance that Bolander is kind of chilling right now, right? Trying to save some tire and have something if these guys were to catch him. Medina also, you got to be thinking that he's probably not too upset about this second place finish. He deserves it, and he's just been lights out today. So we'll see if Medina just wants to hold on to that. Behind them, it looks like Iverson starting to fall off a cliff here as they're not going to look to the inside and try to get that podium position. And into the wall goes Medina, and that should be all she wrote for the 24.
Yeah, he's trying to hold on. Look at Lynott and Iverson battling. Lynott with the slide job, Iverson with the crossover. Iverson hugging the apron now, trying to catch up to the 54. After that contact with the 54, the lead became 1.1 second. Gonna expect that to be really hard. Oh, and look at Babcock and Fisher back there. Fisher a lap down, but he doesn't care. He's doing a Duval impersonation as he is racing his heart out with the guys on the lead lap. Meanwhile, up front, Andrew Bolander, 0.9 of a second down the backstretch. He's going to bring it into turn number 3. Rolling it around the apron. He's a little bit off speed, but that's fine. Saving tires coming out of 4. And at the start finish, it's the 24 of Andrew Bolander picking up a win here at Kansas, punching his way into the ticket of the playoffs and making Sean Walton look like a prestidigitation fortune teller.
Wow, you're right, Sean Walton. He should have put some money on Andrew Bolander today. What a drive from the 24. It got sketchy at the end for him, and he had to earn it on that last 15-lap shootout, but he did not put a foot wrong. Finishes the race with just under a second lead, and Bolander doing what he has to do to get it his first MRL Cup Series win of the season. What a drive from the 24 as he gets the congratulatory butt tap from Robert Babcock.
Punches his way in the playoffs, and there he goes. He's going to bring it in. And right there, look, your paint job right there of your company could be right next to the Tide 150. Just contact MRL officials, contact Gene directly.
Loose Jacks Duvall on the scene. There it is.
Oh, and there he goes, of course. Duvall with the cheap shot, ending the donut. But look, the 24 has some more donuts in store.
Not going to break his stride.
Yes, he's playing the music now. Let's pull it up. There it is. Here's your final race results. The winner, Andrew Bolander, racing in the number 24. Behind him, Jose Medina, the second place finish for the first to engage Toyota. Kyle Lynott going to bring it home in third. Tony Iverson in fourth. The captain, Steve Lewis, going to finish in fifth. Matt Novella holds on for everyone trying to kill. I thought it was kill Tony, but tonight it seemed to be kill Matty. He holds on for sixth place. Good run for Matt, considering how many people targeted him here today. The seventh place, Lucas Alves. Good run. Lucas seems to be getting back into his stride after taking a short break. Welcome back, Lucas. The Rooster Babcock going to finish in eighth. Jay Stinson 9, Michael Mata rounding out your top 10.
Finishing 11th, Jack Sanders, solid run from him. Hunter Hall, we saw him in the top 10 all day today. He's going to bring it home 12th. Great run there. Case of Beer, recovering from earlier incidents to finish in 13th. We saw Parham getting that incident with Medina on that last run. He's going to be the last car in the lead lap in 14th place. Blair Saunders is going to come home in 5th. Great run from Saunders today. Probably deserved a better finish than that. Same goes for Alex Hillman over in 16th, and definitely Joel Volpus in 17th. We saw with that late pit incident there, that's going to cost Volpus a lead lap finish. Same goes for Beverly. He could not get into pits clean there at the end. That cost him a lap. He's going to finish 18th. Moving away through the rest of this field here. 19th, we're in the Kevin Kyle. We saw Kevin Kyle up and down the field today. I'm assuming that lap down, probably a victim of strategy. Last car, a lap down. I'm not sure how this happened, but Colin Bollinger going to finish in 20th place. He was our points leader going in, the winner of last week's race. He's going to finish in 20th. Rounding out this field, we're going to have Jordan Fisher in 21st. Jack Staval, ever the character today, in 22nd. Dalton Geyer holding strong and by way of attrition, going up the field quite a bit, 7 laps down, but 23rd place. And then we get to the used car lot, and there's quite a few of these guys. We got Brennan Finley, Kevin Brower, Tyler Clunan, Ricky Mandela Sr., Matthew Fritz, Mike Benton, Nick Mazza, and then these guys we didn't see start the race, and that's Garand, Owens, Lewis, and Walton.
Yeah, they just said, let's do a start and park and try to get us a few points, see what we can do with that. Well, let's think about this one, Zach. Who would you like to talk to? We're going to do a little bonus interview. Anybody that didn't finish in the top 3 that you'd like to give a little chatty poo to?
Should we get our pole sitter, Matt Novella, in here?
Oh, this guy got bounced around like a ping pong ball.
Yeah,
why not? He's always good. New York Giant fan, Matt Novella. Let's see what he's got to say. Hey, Matt Novella, Mean Gene, Zach up in the booth. Got your ears on, bud.
Yes, sir.
Boy, go get him, Zach.
Welcome, Matt. What an eventful day for you. You start on the pole.
Oh, God, dude. I've been pulling my hair out all race, dude. All race. I've been pulling my hair out, battling back. Ugh.
Well, take me through it, I guess.
What did you do in the driver's meeting to those guys?
I don't know. The beginning, that was my own mistake, just coming in a little hot and just got way too loose. Some pretty much saved it, kept it off the wall. And then just, I don't know, I got a bunch of X's from stupid things. I ended up getting a penalty, having to serve that after getting some good track position. So yeah, it's been uphill battle all day, pulling my hair out.
Yeah, that was a wild one. And so many times we counted that 56 car out and said, well, that'll probably be the last we see him at. And then 20 laps later, there you are in the top 5 again. So how much speed? I mean, obviously tons of speed because you put it on the pole, but we saw you drive through the field so many times. It looked difficult to pass out there, but not for you. Did you feel like you had race-winning speed in that 56 today?
Yeah, I felt like I had at least top 3, top 5 speed. You know, the car was pretty fast all day. Just dirty air. You get some runs, you get alongside somebody or up close, it just starts plowing tight. So yeah, it was just like I was trying to work on Louis there at the end for a top 5. I could, get to him. I just couldn't, get alongside of him or nothing, just because it just got dirty air, too tight.
Yeah, the car was very, very fast and looked good too. I like the new paint scheme. And yeah, maybe the fans at home are sick of hearing about it, but it's a huge thing, and we talked about it a lot during the broadcast itself. Dirty air, such a big thing today. Just how big of a role was it playing out there, and how difficult did it make everything?
Well, when I was running out back by myself, like the car felt good. I was like, oh wow. Then then being in traffic, it was a whole different beast. So yeah, dirty air played a big factor with how tight it made the car.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a theme that we see all season. But great job today. Thanks for putting in a show for us over in the booth. Yeah. I'm sure everyone at home enjoyed it, Matt. That was awesome. And hey, you get a 6th place to show for it. So hey, great finish, all things considered.
Yeah, man.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you out of here?
The fam, I guess everybody at DDI. everybody in the MRL crew, you guys in the booth. And yeah, good job.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good job to you, Matt. Great job today, man. And we'll see you next week, my friend.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You as well, dude.
Seemed like that dude was just a magnet today. He could not get a clean run. Every accident seemed to occur an inch in front of him. And then even when he tried to avoid it, the car kind of got loose and ended up kind of drifting him right into it. But, exceptional skill and luck combined is what you need for a good finish with this many cars out there. And we saw that out of Matty today.
Oh, absolutely. Well, now we can get to our podium. You got some Kyle and Knott for us?
I'm going to pull him down. Hey, Kyle, you got Mean Gene and Zach up in the booth. Can you hear me, bud? Uh-oh. I hear tinkling in the background. Is that water running?
I was going to say, this is better than Tony Iverson, because at least we can keep it PG-13 this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why you got that podium. We can move to Jose for now, if you'd like, and then we can maybe come back.
I'm going to put him in the STFU and R, and let's pull down. Where is he? You see Jose?
Is he not in the waiting room? I bet that's where he is. He's not going to miss an interview.
Oh, there he
is. He is. I called it. Jose Medina. How you doing, my friend?
Hell yeah, baby! Hell yeah! I can't believe it happened.
Okay, so that last run was incredible. Take me through the incident with Parham and then just the rest of that run. You just never said die, and even till the bitter end, we thought you were going to have a shot at that thing.
Yeah, man. With Parham, man, he door banged me. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't do it on purpose, but when he did that and I got against the wall, I felt like it was over, man. I thought my chances was over. Yeah, I lost a great amount of space between Brandon, but hey, I fought back. You know me, I never say die. Just keep going.
Dude, exactly, and that is the mentality you had to have here in this race as a whole. Really, take me through this whole thing, up and down the field. So many different strategies, a lot of attrition. I think we ended up with 8 or 9 cautions in this thing. We've been talking about dirty air all day. What was it like out there today?
Oh yeah, dirty air was pretty bad. It was kind of loose, especially in turn 1 and 2 on exit of 2. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but I fought through it. I was patient. I always try to be as patient as possible. I think what paid off for me was saving a pair of tires. I took a gamble, and it paid off.
That is so often what you have to do in these races. So competitive. You got to give yourself that advantage. We got the Parham incident on screen right now, and yeah, man, we didn't think it was over for you, but oh god, it was so unfortunate for us. We were thinking it was going to be worse than that. Able to recover for second there. So take me through that too, and how you're feeling for the rest of the season. What a lights out performance from you. Are you thinking of wins in the cards this year here in the Cup Series for MRL?
You know what? I'll take a win anytime, but I mean, with these type of drivers in here, top-notch drivers, Tony Iverson, man, I thought he had me, Lanot. You know what I mean? All these guys, man, Parham, I thought they all had me, and I didn't quit, man. I just kept being aggressive and feeling that intensity that I love in racing. Hold your line, don't try to ruin somebody else's race. Try to do the best you can, and so I'm improving. So I'm hoping in the future I will get a first place. It's all up to God. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, hey, just being part of this league, I'm ecstatic. That's it, man. Just clean racing like that we had right now. A little bit of bump and grind, but hey, mainly clean driving. Really good driving in this race.
Oh yeah, man, it's good stuff week in, week out. There's a reason this is my favorite league to cover personally. Always honored to do it, and man, we were screaming in the booth. So stoked for you. That was so awesome to watch, dude. Way to put on a show, and congratulations on the podium finish. You deserve it. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yes, Zach. I want to give a shout out to my teammate, my first teammate, oh no, my second teammate, but a different league. And this league now is Brandon Finley, first to engage sponsors. That's the new league, the new team I created with a longtime iRacing friend of mine that owns actually First to Engage Motorsports from Nevada. He's a off-road cage builder for off-road racing in the desert. So his name is Jay Darger. So I give him a lot of love to him. And also, of course, can't forget Ryko, my setup developer that they're always there for me and give me good setups, but not in fixed, but in open setups. But yeah, they're always there for me and they're always supportive. And also, I want to give a shout, of course, to you guys, the broadcasting crew. But I freaking love you guys, man. You guys do an awesome job. You, Mean Gene, you, Zach, and Dalton when he gets the opportunity. And I'm glad to see him back in racing. And then Alex Hillman too. I'm glad he came back because he's really one of the top-notch drivers too. Just like Dalton, he did really good last week. So I give them a shout out. And of course, my paint scheme designer, Paul Ferdiani, from Plus Paint, EV Paints, Plus EV Paints. Okay, and then of course the wife, the wife, my kids, everybody watching. 805, which I was driving today, 805. If you're watching 805, I'm pretty soon going to send you a request to be my actual sponsor, not just because I love you, your beer, but I want you guys to be my sponsor. So if you're listening, I'm going to be sending you a request real soon. Okay? And that's pretty much it. I mean, it was just an amazing race, man. And thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, John Beverly. Yeah. John Beverly. I can't forget John Beverly. Can't forget John Beverly. Thank you, John.
Dude, gotta love J-Bev. Shout out J-Bev. But yes, a pleasure covering it, Jose. I can't wait for you to go watch that broadcast, and congratulations on the finish, my man. We will see you next week.
Thank you, brother, and congratulations, Brandon, on your first place win. Good job, and all the top drivers.
Class act and never a dull moment, me and Gene.
It's always one of the more fun interviews. He's going to bring that passion and that energy. Really happy to see him with that second place finish tonight. I think that's his top finish for Monday Night Mayhem. So, continuing to move up the ladder, and only inevitable until we see that guy standing on the top of the podium. Well, let's continue with our podium theme. I did finally get in touch with Kyle Lynott. Turns out that his microphone wasn't working.
That's
it's just his mic. It was just his mic. I guess the Bluetooth didn't make it to the bathroom. Kyle, Mean Gene up here in the booth, man. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. I'm nice and relaxed, calm, cool, collected, hanging out in the back of the pack for a while, but I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, it was, we're good up here. The air conditioning worked just fine. And, we had little frosty beverage, tasty snacks up here. I'll tell you though, it looked a little spicy down there early in the race. That many cars, lots of 3 wide, 4 wide contact. What was your pucker factor the first half of that race?
Honestly, just the sketchiness of the tires. I got a little bit worried with too much throttle here and there and got a little bit loose here and there, but mostly it was just trying to keep myself clean and away from everybody and just not smack that wall. It comes up quicker than you think, and seen a lot of other drivers out there just, pushing it to the limits, and next thing you know, they're tapping that wall, and then some of them are trying to drive in the front row, without a ticket.
Well, the wall was the second most popular thing to hit. Of course, the first being Matt Novella.
Of course, always.
So you had to watch it out there. Let's move forward a little bit though to the final restart. That final restart there on lap number 122, I want to say. You're in 6th, and you gave Jose Medina the tap of a lifetime, which pushes that guy almost to the front. And then you seem to get caught behind a little roadblock there of Iverson and Alves, right?
Yeah, got stuck in traffic, but I figured I'd buy my time and try to save my tires a little bit and see if I could have something for them in the last few laps, and it seemed to work out in my favor. I felt like I was able to get off the corners a little bit better than Iverson, and I thought I'd have something for Medina, but it was just a little bit too late, and he drove a hell of a race, and obviously Bolander just checked out and let us do our thing. But yeah, definitely congrats to Bolander, and congrats to Jose, a second place finish. And man, that guy was stoked. I could hear him screaming from inside my car. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that guy wasn't playing. Exciting racing also. You also got to feel good for old Captain Crunch, Steve Lewis. He was behind you there at the end. You guys were running, it seemed like with some pretty good awareness. He didn't come clobbering into the back of you. No T-bone taken out of the side of the 988 tonight. Kyle, great finish. Going to finish third. You got to appreciate getting on top of them podiums. Anybody you want to give a little shout out to here tonight?
Yeah, definitely. We want to shout out all the Gulf Coast guys, even though none of them showed up tonight. But, always a shout out to them. They've helped me out tremendously, with many of the other races that we've done. So I feel a lot more confident with, being able to be out there by myself like this and just kind of run for myself. And, obviously shout out to Beverly for putting on the league, Joe for helping, both Zach and Mean Gene, both of you guys up there. You guys do a great job. Always enjoy watching it. Even if I'm not racing, I still tune in and try to watch the race as much as I can. And, like I said, shout out to Bolander for his win and Medina for a nice second place. And definitely want to shout out Iverson. Great race in there at the end. Always fun with him. Always respectful, always clean. So one guy that I don't mind racing around.
That's new.
Hey, he's clean with me. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Let it go. Let it go, Zach. Just let it go.
He's always
Sorry,
clean with me.
I didn't even know I was talking out loud. That was my internal thoughts just going, what?
Yep. No, it's not me and you racing. It's me and Iverson racing.
True.
But no, always fun. Like I said, it's nice to jump into this league, even though I don't run it full time, and just be able to do things differently, like this race, being able to offset my tires. There was that one point where everybody else went in and took tires, and I'm sitting on 22 lap old tires, just thinking, okay, we're gonna have a wreck at some point. And we went a few laps, and it finally showed up. So I was about 10 laps off sequence, which was really nice. And there at the end, before that caution came out, I was riding, and I had. I think I was like one lap shy of being able to go the entire thing. So hoping that everybody would have to pit if we stayed green, but caution came out and it just kind of fell in my favor, where there was a lot of great drivers, lap down. So shout out to all you guys that pitted long before I did. Appreciate that too. But no, just everybody in the leagues that we run definitely make it all fun. So appreciate everyone out there.
Thank you, sir. That's Kyle Lynott. He brings home the 988 in the third place. Going to be up on the podium. Kyle, go have yourself a frosty beverage, my friend. You have earned it.
Will do.
Congrats,
thanks,
man.
guys. Thank you.
Yep, great run there by Kyle tonight. Avoiding the mayhem. Sometimes, luck is a big part of that, but Kyle always with the speed. You combine the speed and the luck, and that's going to bring you home to a podium. Speaking of speed, there's only one guy left. One man to bring out and see how he's doing. Let's just
be as stoked as Jose.
him. That's a high bar, man. You can't say that.
Is.
Hey there, Andrew. Are you there, my friend?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh my God. There it is. Your champion today, Andrew Bolander. How do you feel, my friend?
I feel like I got the monkey off my back now.
Oh, I tell you what, man. You might not. How's the old joke go? I don't think that you could. I don't think that you could beat up a gorilla, but I think that you could beat off 100 guys. I think that's how that joke goes. Great
I've not
race.
heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. We just made it up. Well, yeah, that's what I got. So, Andrew, you know that your win was actually predicted?
Was it?
Yeah. Sean Walton told me you were going to win today.
Not a prediction, a spoiler.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's what he told me. He said Andrew's going to win next week. I was like, how do you know that? He goes, oh, I know. And that was it. And he let it go. So we're going to have your car torn down. There's going to be some inspections going on that 24 here today. Now, all seriousness, man, great racing out there. You were fast all day. How did it feel to watch your competitors fall off, right? And that, like, everybody who was as fast as you vanished. Can you take me through that mentally? I mean, are you tracking that? Are you processing and kind of keeping track of what's happening to the other guys?
You know, I'm just more worried about what's going on with my car. I'm not really worried about anybody else. If something happens with them, I just like, as long as it don't affect me, I don't care about it.
All right. Well, how about this? I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you believe in bad luck?
Sometimes.
Love it. I know some drivers that refuse to believe in bad luck. Andrew, your ability though on those restarts today, you put a couple of guys. I mean, you caused one row to actually get all the way backed up. The speed that you put on running the faster laps was just really impressive this evening. I do want to know at the end that gap kind of closed. You had 1.3. You let it get down to 1 for Parham and Medina, and then spread it out. Were you saving tires at that point, just making sure no mistakes and giving yourself the best chance?
Yeah, trying to make no mistakes, and if they get in the dirty air, they'll get affected by it. And that's what I was hoping they would do. I don't know what happened. Whoever was on the inside and saw someone into the grass. Kind of worried me a little bit.
Well, you know, the grass was the third favorite place for people to hit during this race. The first, of course, being Matt Novella. You didn't want to get in on any of that action here today. I'm really impressed. Tell me, when is the last time you won Monday night?
Yeah, is that career first?
That was my first, yeah.
Wow, I didn't want to say it, Eugene. I felt like there was no way, but there was a part of me that thought that was maybe your first. Wow. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Long time coming.
I follow Colin around.
Say that again?
I said that's what happens when I follow Colin around for
Well, he is a fierce competitor and a good are y'all officially teammates? Like what team are y'all officially this year?
Yeah, we're always teammates.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're on the Team Delusional.
And who's your four? Is Sean on that team?
I think it's Sean, yeah. I don't know if we have a fourth.
Because Plant Smith ain't running full time, right?
Yeah, it's probably just Sean, I think. Yeah.
Well, hell of a fast team. A lot of good guys to get in that practice with. I got another question for you. How much practice do you guys put in on each track each week?
I don't put any. I don't think Colin does either.
That hurts.
Well, I think at some point you've run a track so many times that hour prior gives you the little refresher, right?
Yeah, but with these new next gen and all the dirty air, it kind of threw all that away.
Yeah. Man, dirty air, Jane. That's crazy.
Yeah, air and tires. That update definitely made things more exciting. Do you feel a bigger sense of urgency on the restarts to make something happen, knowing that the dirty air is going to be an issue?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I kind of once I see people do that, I know that something bad's going to happen. I kind of back off and take my time.
Is that why sometimes you're comfortable with not qualifying?
No, I just want to pass everybody.
You just want to pass everybody. Well, you know what? Y'all should give me the pole when we race. That way I can feel everybody pass me. You know, maybe I'll get a certain the same sensation you get. Andrew, congratulations. Great win, Andrew, today, the 24, top of the board.
Look on screen, too. You can tell him.
Oh, my word. Andrew, guess who's first in points now?
Me?
Yes, sir. You're going to take over from Tony Iverson there. Looks like Colin falls to third. Yeah. And most importantly, you punch your way into the playoffs with that win. This is, of course, a win and you're in situation. So we will be looking forward to you participating in the playoffs for a championship this year. Anybody you want to give a little shout out to before we let you go, bud?
Well, yeah. Well, first, I didn't know it was a winning run, so that answered my question that I asked Robert like 20 minutes ago. That's good.
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, I'd like to thank Colin, of course, Daniel Plant Smith, Don Walton, Art Babcock, people that was in our chat but didn't raise, like David Smith and his dog Patches. I can't forget his dog.
Shout out to his dog.
Yeah. And then Dylan Tibbett, he popped in at the late, and so did my brother. So everybody's like a team effort.
Wow, you had a party going on in there, huh?
Yeah, well.
Do they spot for you? Is anyone nice enough to spot?
I mean, I don't have a spotter, but if I got involved in a wreck, I'll see what the damage is, if he can look at it. But other than that, I don't want a spotter.
Oh, spicy. Go Joey Logano style. Hush, don't talk to me. I love it. Well, Andrew, great race, man. I'm glad that you had your friends in there to experience that first win with you. Big race, exciting. I hope you go back and watch that rebroadcast because there were some great moments, some great side-by-side and watching you cut through when you had to and use dirty air to your advantage was just super exciting out there. Andrew Bolander, he is your winner tonight here at Kansas, punches his way into the playoffs as he is the winner of your company name here, 200 at Kansas Speedway. Andrew, go have a frosty beverage, my friend. You've earned it.
Thank you.
Congrats, man. Overdue.
Thank
you
you.
deserve it.
Thank you.
I'm so surprised that was his first win. I
know.
I feel like he had maybe went on a Wednesday and,
I'm sure he has. Or maybe he meant Monday because I feel like I've lost to him before. Like I was so hesitant to say because I wanted to make a big deal out of it. It was like I think this is his first win, but even thinking back at the past 2 years that you and I have covered together, I'm thinking back at those and I'm like I swear I've seen Bolander win on a Monday. He's just that good. He's always up front. He almost won the championship last year, so overdue if anything. It just goes to show, and I say it all the time, me and Gene, if you spend enough time in the top 5, it hurts a lot when you're finishing second, third all the time. But if you spend enough time up there, it all comes together eventually.
Well, you know what the good part was though? We got the horn. We hit the.
We did.
We hit we hit the horn for him. So that here, one more celebration. There, see, no, give him the ooh. Everybody's excited about that one. Well, that's going to wrap it up, man. This thing was really exciting. A lot of fun to watch these boys here at Kansas. Again, this is only the second race of the season. 13 races in our regular season. Of course, we expanded the extra 3 to have that much more of a fun time. Cannot wait to see as this season develops. Big surprise to not see Owens. Big surprise to not see Walton. Anybody else that stands out for you tonight?
Those are the main ones. And another reason I think you may have seen me reading the rule book just to refresh myself on a couple things here. Owens fell down 19 positions with that, and there is not, to my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong here, I don't think there's a drop race in this league. So Owens going to be working for a win now. I mean, obviously eligibility never an issue for Owens in terms of the races he runs. It's always surprising to even see him miss one. But that's a big deal. 19 places lost for David Owens there, and look what a good finish can do for you this early in the season. Jose Medina already up to 12th.
Yeah, Jose, great run right there. I mean, and the energy, the energy dude brought was out of control.
Contagious. Huh? I love it. And I mean, I say that all the time. You've interviewed me after races, and I get emotional sometimes, and it's the biggest thing, dude. You never know when it's going to be your last one, so you should treat every single one like it is, and I love that.
Yep. So big movers, of course, like you said, Jose Medina jumping up 14 spots, finds himself in 12th after that run right there. Babcock moving up 10 spots, going to tie Michael Mata for the 7th. A little too soon to start talking about who's in and who's out of the playoffs.
Besides Bolander.
Yes, except for Andrew and last week's winner, Colin. So the B&B show.
Yes, sir.
It
That
sounds
last
like
name.
it's a high alcohol content drink right there.
Kind of does.
Let me get a B&B in a Collins glass, please.
Clean, please. Yeah, clean, neat. Thank you.
Neat. No, I need a little water in there. Those two, their alcohol content's a little bit too high for me.
Water
I
it down
gotta
a tiny
dilute
bit.
it. Yeah, just a little bit. Golly. And I'll let me get an appetizer of Sean Walton Walton wings to start off my meal. Yeah, no doubt. Well, exciting stuff. I hope the fans at home, you enjoyed it as much as we have. Been a pleasure to bring this broadcast to you. Of course, you can catch us next week on the Vortex Racing Network. We'll be bringing you the action from Atlanta. Always high-speed action on the banks of Atlanta. Super Speedway format now, so can't wait to see. Everybody can win on that track. Just ask them. They'll tell you. So there'll be 30 dudes probably dueling out there trying to put on the best show possible. And I'd expect to see some names that we didn't see today making a comeback as well out there. On behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, all of our league officials, John Beverly and Jax Duvall and Steve Fugay and David Owens and Joe Volpus, as well as our sponsor, you. Go ahead, get in contact with us, and you too could be our sponsor, and your name would be inserted right there. That's going to wrap it up from Kansas. Andrew Bolander punches his way into the championship. We'll see you next week at Atlanta. And as always, bottoms up and hammer down.